chill by San Diego standards. The temperature has climbed to 71 degrees. Bright sunshine, a most pleasant afternoon before a capacity crowd at San Diego Jack Murphy Stadium to see the San Diego Chargers take on the Minnesota Vikings. The Chargers have won 4 and lost 1. That loss to Denver, it was a surprise in the minds of most people. The Vikings, after losing their opening 2, have come back with 3 consecutive victories. 2 of the top-ranking quarterbacks in football meet today in the person of Dan Fouts of the Chargers and Tommy Kramer of the Minnesota Vikings. Will this be an upset weekend in pro football, as it was yesterday in college football? It remains to be seen, but one thing for certain. The Oakland Raiders have gone 3 consecutive games without scoring a touchdown and have lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. The final score was 27-0. What remains in store here at Jack Murphy Stadium, named after the late outstanding columnist here in the San Diego area, remains, of course, to be seen. The Vikings offensive lineup has been introduced. The San Diego Chargers offensive lineup is being introduced before, as you might expect, a roaring crowd here at Jack Murphy Stadium. They sense that yet another AFC Western Division title is in the offing. Last year, San Diego was the only team to successfully defend its championship from the year before. They believe that their loss to Oakland was just one of those things in the playoffs, and that indeed they are destined for greater things. We shall see. Chuck Muncy has just been introduced as starting for the San Diego Chargers. He is playing with a very heavy cast on his hand. So we're just moments away from the Vikings and the Chargers with the 2 high-powered offenses in the NFL competing. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff of today's Vikings-Chargers game. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Your big friend for markets. WNAX, Yankton.
As referee Chuck Heberling brings the rival co-captains to the center of the field, Stu Voight, what do you expect?
Well, I expect the Vikings to come out throwing. They will go with a short passing game. San Diego features the same sort of passing game. They'll take what the defense gives them, so I think it's going to be an exciting game. San Diego, with apparently Muncy back in the lineup, will also mount a good running attack. So this San Diego team is now at full strength.
We do not know whether Jim Brooks, their fine rookie running back from Auburn, will play today. We know he's in uniform. We know he has worked out before the game. But we also know he has a hamstring pull.
Some of these injuries have a way of getting a lot better as the opening bell rings. So I think it's just a matter of time and a matter of what the situation dictates. But if they have Brooks and Muncy along with the always capable John Capoletti, they have their backs in the lineup who can do a lot of damage on the ground.
This game will be played on natural turf. It's a fast track. Chuck Heberling is the referee. Gordon Wells, the umpire. Ray Doday, the head linesman. Dale Oram, the line judge. Al Jury, the back judge. Dwayne Gandy, the side judge. And Charlie Musser, the field judge. San Diego won the toss. Will receive, which means that Rick Danmeyer will be the first man in contact with the football. The Vikes clad in their traveling purple uniforms. San Diego in the home white. Off to our left, the return man will be Wes Chandler, the former New Orleans Saint. He has tremendous speed. He is a burner.
Wes Chandler, a great player at New Orleans. They cleaned house. Bum Phillips traded away a lot of their good talent. He's a very able replacement for John Jefferson, who left San Diego to go to Green Bay. So they've made a trade that really left them no weaker than when Jefferson left.
Pete Shaw and Frank Duncan, 2 defensive backs, will flank Chandler. But Chandler's the man in the middle as Rick Danmeyer tees it up 35-yard line to our right. So wherever you are, along our Viking radio network, we bid you welcome and hope that we have as entertaining a game as we expect it to be. Danmeyer holds up the right hand. The crowd stands up in expectancy. And here's the opening kick. Not too deep. Chandler will field it back at the 3, right side. 10, back to his left. 15, 20, 25, 30. Good run back, 33-yard line. So Wes Chandler does his job well on his first kick return.
Wes Chandler received good blocking from that wedge. They opened a good hole. Viking special teams were divided up in the middle. Chandler was able to scoot through for a good return out to the 33, putting the Chargers right where they like to start the game.
They will start with one running back. Fouts under center, takes a snap, looks left, throws a short pass to the left, completed at the 38-yard line, and rolling forward to around the 40 for a gain of about 6. Now, the starting running back was John Cappelletti. They merely announced that Chuck Muncie would be in the opening lineup. He is not in the opening lineup. So a gain of 6, second down 4. Vikes immediately make 3 defensive changes. They bring in Nord. They bring in Holloway. They bring in Turner. Wide to the right, Billy Brooks. Back to pass, Fouts. Looks over the middle, has a lot of time. The ball is batted down. Duck White, Doug Martin, Holloway, all right in the face of Fouts, and that ball wasn't more than 6 inches off his hand when it was batted down. Twin City Federal and WCCO Radio purchased the broadcast rights of the Minnesota Vikings football games for the sole pleasure and convenience of the listening audience. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction is permitted without the authority of the Minnesota Vikings, WCCO Radio, and Twin City Federal. Chuck Muncie comes into the lineup. 3rd and 4, San Diego moving left-right from their own 40. Muncie is the lone setback, 3 wide receivers, and Winslow, the tight end, on the right side. Long count by Fouts. Gives to Muncie on a sweep to the right. Being chased, and he's going to be hit down. Very close to a first down around the 43-yard line. I believe he'll be short by a half a yard. Kurtenoff out of the secondary made the tackle. Referee Chuck Heberling calls for the measurement, but I believe it's shy by about a half yard, Stu.
Chuck Muncie looked healthy. That time got outside. Looked like it was the first down, but not running quite as effectively as he has in the past. Maybe favoring that hand, but in the lineup, he also presents a fine running threat for the Chargers.
They have outstanding wide receivers in Charlie Joyner, in addition to Wes Chandler and Billy Brooks, shy by half a yard. It's time for a punt. Left-footed kicker George Roberts, who averages a shade under 41 yards per punt out of Virginia Tech. As I recall, when I last saw him, he really hangs them high.
George Roberts at one time was given a tryout with the Minnesota Vikings, had some experience with the Dolphins, and is a good high hang time kicker who puts the ball up very high, allowing no return by the punt returner.
Eddie Payton off to our right, stands at the Viking 13-yard line. Momentary delay while the chains are carried back and adjusted properly on the far side of the field. So it's punt formation time as the Viking defense holds San Diego without a first down. Roberts will kick this one away from around the San Diego 33 or 34-yard line. As I recall, he's a 2-step kicker. There's his kick. Quite high, near sideline, and it's going to go out of bounds somewhere beyond the Viking 20. So a break for the Vikes out beyond the 25. It's marked at the 27-yard line. So pretty good field position here, considering the proficiency of George Roberts on normal occasions.
The tentative game plan by the Vikings on offense, they're going to throw the short pass. They're going to try to establish that running game again. They've run the ball fairly effectively in the last 2 weeks. Keep in mind the Chargers on defense, the 2 defensive tackles, Johnson and Kelcher, big guys, both played in the Pro Bowl last year.
1st and 10 Vikings in their own 27. Rashad goes to the right. Sammy White goes to the right. Joe Sensor, the tight end, is on the left side. Ricky Young, the former Charger, along with Teddy Brown, the setbacks behind Tommy Kramer. Young goes in motion to the right. Kramer gives to Teddy Brown, trying to get outside to the left. He turns the corner. He's at the 30, the 35, and out of bounds. A 9-yard gain. Teddy Brown came outside, away from the motion. Run out of bounds by Pete Shaw, the strong safety. So a good gain for Teddy Brown on first down.
Teddy Brown put 2 games back-to-back of good rushing yardage. That time the Chargers always tough up the middle. The Vikings have decided they're going to run the ball outside if they're going to have success in the running game. Teddy's very good at hitting a line, then sliding to the outside.
Offensive line, Swilly, the center, flanked by Huff and Hamilton with Riley and Yari, the tackles. Wide receivers set out left and right this time with Rashad to the left side. The backs are split. Straight ahead, right side, Teddy Brown, and he struggles for a first down to around the 38-yard line.
Number 23, Ted Brown.
So Ted Brown carries twice, and the Vikings have the initial first down of the game, and so signaled by referee Chuck Heberling. Defensively now, let's identify the Chargers for you. Up front, and they stick pretty much with a basic 4-3, correct, Stu?
They do. They'll make situation substitutions as the passing game becomes more evident.
Woodcock 90, Johnson 79, Kelcher 74, Leroy Jones 68. The linebackers are Lowe, Horn, and King. Corners, Williams and Buchanan, deep, Greger and Shaw. First down, Vikings are on 38, moving right, left. In motion goes Sammy White to the right. Kramer back to pass. This will be his first one. A lot of time. Throws, and it is batted in the air and incomplete behind the line. Louis Kelcher got his hand up and batted it in the air. Kramer, circling to his right, was looking, I think, maybe for Sensor or White down the right side.
The noise you hear from the crowd is not a boo. It's for Lou Kelcher, who's an all-pro defensive tackle, weighs 280 pounds. The Vikings feel that Gary Johnson and Louis Kelcher are two of the best tandems of defensive tackles they'll play against and give a good, hard rush in the inside of the defensive line for the Chargers.
Second and 10 Vikings are on 38-yard line as Kramer's first pass attempt is batted in the air incomplete behind the line. Now Rashad and White are to the left side, and the Vikes go with an I formation. Brown deep behind Ricky Young. No score. Kramer back to pass after faking a handoff, being chased, throws back to the right. A screen intended for Ted Brown, incomplete. Couldn't hold on, then he was hit almost immediately by linebacker Lyndon King. It'll be incomplete, so the Vikes have tried to go to the air twice without any success. And it's third and 10 from the Viking 38-yard line.
Although that was a screen pass where usually you let the defensive lineman in, the defensive lineman that time, Gary Johnson in particular, got very good penetration and even rushed the screen, making Tommy Kramer throw that ball before he wanted to.
Ricky Young leaves the game, and on third and long, as the Vikings do many times, they bring in Terry LeCount, so they go with the three wide receivers. LeCount goes to the right, working against Willie Buchanan, the veteran, the two other wide receivers to the left, being played very close to the line by the defensive backs. Third and 10 Vikings are on 38. Kramer drops back to pass. Pretty good protection. Throws over the middle, and it is dropped by a wide-open Joe Spencer at the 46-yard line of the San Diego Chargers. Oh, was he open?
Joe Spencer was wide open, had his man beat. Tommy Kramer put the ball a little bit behind him. The Chargers that time played man-on-man coverage with the three flanked-out Viking receivers. Spencer made a move to the outside and got to the inside, and Kramer had him all alone but couldn't get him the ball.
So after one first down, the Vikings come up empty. Punt formation time for Greg Coleman. Chandler to our left at the 20-yard line in anticipation of this punt from Minnesota. Now Coleman comes up and grabs a towel that must have belonged to one of the Viking players, maybe center Dennis Swilley. Jim Huff snaps the ball, you see, on kicking situations. Now Coleman throws that towel away behind him. Referee Chuck Heberling is about ready to signal the ball ready for play. 10:38 to play in a scoreless first quarter. Coleman ready to punt. Chandler all alone inside the 20 to our left. Sun has momentarily gone behind the clouds here in San Diego. Sort of a hush has fallen over this capacity crowd. Now Coleman's ready. There's the snap on target. Kick is away. Oh, a beautiful kick. Way back to his right to the near side comes Chandler. Fields it back at the 6-yard line. Dances around. Gets away from one Viking. Another. And he is hit out of bounds, I believe, at the 21 or 22-yard line. But he came up the sidelines. Off rule, he went beyond the 25. Vikings had a great opportunity to pin him deep, but he got away along the sidelines for a good run back. There was no score. We'll be back with more play-by-play in a minute. Chargers will go with one setback and two tight ends. They'll go with John Cappelletti, the big former Los Angeles Ram and Heisman Trophy winner out of Penn State, as the one running back. They'll go with Severs and Winslow, the two tight ends, Chandler and Joyner, the two wide receivers. Moving left to right from the San Diego 25-yard line, Dan Fouts is ready for the snap from center Bob Rush. Winslow is on the right. And there goes Cappelletti up the middle, spins around. He's going to be stopped after a gain of at most a yard as he tried to go up to the middle. The Vikings are starting with Doug Martin, Duck White, and Mark Mullaney, the front three. Linebackers McNeil, Studwell, Seaman, and Blair. Corners are Teal and Williams, and the safety men are Hannon and Knopf. And now on second and long, the Vikes make those changes, bringing in Turner, Nord, and Holloway. So now they go with a four-man front. Cappelletti picked up a yard. Second and 9 at the San Diego 26. Back goes Fouts to pass. A lot of time. Throws, and it is over the head of Winslow, cut over the middle. He ran a post pattern on Nord, but it was overthrown, although Fouts had a lot of time to throw that time, Stu.
The counter report on Dan Fouts is that he likes to stay in the pocket, is not a very mobile quarterback. The Vikings game plan will try to get a rush, get their hands in the face of Fouts, make him maybe scramble or throw the ball blindly. Chargers offensive line, one of the best in football, featuring Ed White, who used to be one of the stalwarts of the Viking offensive line.
8:27 to play, scoreless first quarter. No fireworks yet, only one first down recorded. That for the Vikings. It's 3rd and 9. San Diego, their own 26. Fouts back to pass. Looking left, throws over the middle. It's complete. Big gain, 35-40. And Joyner is dumped at the 43-yard line, a first down. Joyner got wide open over the middle, and San Diego has his first down of the game at the Charger 43-yard line.
Don Coryell, very offensive-minded. His strategy is to confuse the defense. They use a lot of motion, a lot of different formations, try to create a little bit of indecision on the defense. That time, Charlie Joyner lined up and went in motion, got across the middle, really a cross-up and signals by the Viking defense.
Chandler to the left, Joyner to the right now. Fouts drops back to pass. Looks over the middle, throws deep for Joyner, and it is incomplete. Try to get inside Walt Williams around the Viking 35-yard line. Was overthrown a bit. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So there's no doubt about it. The Chargers are committed to the pass.
Charlie Joyner, an interesting situation. A 13-year veteran of the National Football League, which is quite a bit for a wide receiver. Does an excellent job because he runs precise patterns and catches the football.
Chargers bring in Dwight Scales, a wide receiver. Take out Eric Sievers. Eric Sievers, their second tight end. So they'll go with 3 wide receivers now. Still just the one setback. 2nd down 10, Charger 43, no score. Here comes Joyner in motion. Back goes Fouts, the pass, throws quickly out to the left. Dropped by Winslow, wide open at the 45-yard line, out in the left flat.
And for number 80, Kellen Winslow.
Turner was going over to cover him. I said earlier 8-something to play in the first quarter. I misread the clock. 11:06 to play first quarter with no score. Now in comes Studwell, Seaman, and McNeil. It's 3rd and 10. There's a little bit of change now in defensive strategy. They're going with a 3-man front and 4 linebackers. And 4 wide receivers for San Diego on 3rd and 10. Back goes Fouts to pass. Has time. Steps up in the pocket. Throws off to the left, and it is caught short of a first down by Winslow at the 49-yard line. It'll be 4th down. Big pressure on Fouts. He did well to get rid of the ball, but he was tackled almost immediately, short of a first down by 5 yards. 4th down, punt formation time for San Diego.
Talking to defensive coordinator Bob Holloway, he said the Vikings this week would mix it up, make Fouts have to think about what defense the Vikings are in and what coverage they'll use. So the Vikings will use 3 men to rush, 4 men to rush, and even 6 defensive backs on first down situations, trying to confuse the San Diego offensive blocking.
Roberts to punt. Off to a right at the 10 to receive. Eddie Payton. 10:25 to go first quarter. No score. Each team has registered 1 first down and no big threat. Low snap scooped up by Roberts, the left-footed kicker. Not too high. Spirals back to around the 6-yard line. Payton in the left corner. Goes up the middle. Gets away from one tackler. Spins away from another. And he's down short of the 20-yard line around the 18. There is no score. Now here's a word about Chevrolet. On the Vikes' first possession, they ran the ball on the first 2 plays, and Teddy Brown picked up a first down. Then 3 passes misfired, and it was punt formation time. What do you expect this time, Stu?
The Vikings would like to establish a ground game. They know they have a short passing game. I think they'll try to find the mixture, keep the defense of the Chargers off balance, use their backs as receivers, put some pressure on the San Diego linebackers who have been the question mark so far this year in the defense.
10:06 to play, scoreless first quarter. White and Rashad to the right, Sensor the tight end on the left side. Brown lines up behind Kramer to the right of Ricky Young. Vikings moving from right to left. Kramer gives, coming to the outside to the left, and losing his footing after gaining a yard on a slant was Teddy Brown. That was like a cross buck, with Brown coming to the left, running as if he were the right halfback. Gain of 1, it'll be 2nd down 9, and pinning him down was defensive end John Woodcock. Now San Diego makes a defensive change. They bring in Wyatt Henderson, a rookie defensive back, and they take off their 1 linebacker, Bob Horn. So they'll go with 5 defensive backs and 2 linebackers. The Vikes, meanwhile, will go with 3 wide receivers and take out Ricky Young. To the left comes the new wide receiver, Terry LeCount. To the right, the vets, White and Rashad. Sensor moves a yard into the backfield, but it is White in motion to the left. And back is Kramer to pass. He has time. He throws. It is complete to Teddy Brown at the 19. Gets away from one man. Goes to the 25. To the 30. He might have a first down and does at the 31-yard line. Good bit of footwork. Did he get away from a linebacker there, Woody Lowe, with that move, Stu?
Yes, he did. Ted Brown has become a very excellent pass receiver in the mold of Ricky Young. That time he took a basic flat pattern, stopped, shook off the linebacker, then very wisely got back out to the outside and got the first down. He gives them two good receivers with Ricky Young and Teddy Brown in the backfield, and Tommy Kramer utilizes them very well.
Out goes LeCount. In comes Ricky Young with a 1st and 10 at the Viking 31. 9:20 left first quarter. No score. No team has threatened. Kramer drops back to pass. Good protection. He throws. It's complete to Sensor, 45-yard line. First down. Across the middle, to his left, to the near sideline, came Sensor. He was tackled by Pete Shaw, the strong safety, whose responsibility it obviously was to take the tight end. But Sensor ran, a bit of a shallow pattern in front of him.
Today, the strong safety who has the duty of covering the tight ends, both Vikings and Charger strong safeties have mismatches. Nord and Shaw are both 5'10", Sensor 6'4", Winslow 6'6".
So first down Vikes, their own 44-yard line. Wide receivers set out either side this time, and Kramer drops back to pass. Circles to his right. He's going to go deep, but it's going to be incomplete. He wanted to hit Sammy White down the middle, but it wasn't a chance of being complete. There were two defenders on Sammy White, so it's going to be 2nd and 10.
Vikings not known for their deep passing game. I think that time Kramer threw the ball away, but what that does loosens up the defense with the threat of the long ball. The Vikings primarily run their wide receivers on bend outs and short curl patterns of the 10 and 12-yard variety, but they don't want the defense to be able to count on that, so once in a while they'll try to hit that post pattern over the middle.
San Diego defensively brings in the additional defensive back, the rookie Wyatt Henderson. The Vikes go with 3 wide receivers on 2nd and 10 at the Viking 44-yard line. Sensor in motion to the left. Kramer back to pass, throws a short pass, complete to Sensor, wide open inside the San Diego 40 over the middle. First down Vikings. Sensor's obviously going to be a key man in this offensive pattern of the Vikings today.
Tommy Kramer always takes what the defense will give. They seem to be paying close attention to the wide receivers, Rashad and White. That means Joe Sensor has the whole middle to work one-on-one against the strong safety. Joe Sensor has good moves, and that time started across the middle, then stopped, found the open area. Kramer got him the ball.
First down, Vikings moving right to left at the 39-yard line of San Diego. Wide receivers set out either side this time, and 2 running backs. Up the middle, Teddy Brown. Somebody got a hand out and limited him to a 2-yard gain to the 37-yard line. Might have been Louis Kelcher got an arm out, the left tackle. Teddy Brown got 2. They tried to find something quick up the middle that time, and the hole was there, but Kelcher got an arm out. Result, it's just a 1-yard gain as the ball is spotted at the San Diego 38-yard line. 2nd down 9, first quarter, 7.5 minutes remaining, no score. Rashad breaks out to the right. To the left comes both Sensor and Sammy White. Young lines up to the right of Teddy Brown. 2nd and 9, Kramer back to pass. As time steps up in the pocket, throws complete to Teddy Brown, gets away from one man. 35, 30, 25, 20-yard line. Kramer did a great job under pressure. Brown did a great job. Good open field running, and the Vikes are threatening with a first down at the San Diego 20-yard line where Woody Lowe made the tackle.
Again, Ted Brown caught a very basic pattern, but what he did, he broke a tackle, allowing him to get some running room. Teddy, once he catches the ball, turns into a fine runner with a football after the reception. Did a lot of that on his own.
Vikings drive started at their own 18-yard line following a San Diego punt. Now it's first down at the San Diego 20. Again, wide receivers set out either side. Kramer pitches to the right. Teddy Brown cuts in. He lost his footing at the 22-yard line, so he drops 2 yards trying to get outside to the right. He had Yeri out in front blocking for him, but Teddy just plain lost his footing and then was pinned down for a loss of a yard or so. It'll be 2nd down and 12 at the San Diego 22, and in goes Wyatt Henderson, the rookie defensive back. Out comes the middle linebacker, Bob Horn.
Give credit to Pete Shaw for stopping that sweep. He fought off Ron Yeri and made Ted Brown cut back to the inside where he lost his foot.
White to the left, Rashad to the left. Sensor, the tight end, is on the right side. Brown to the left of Ricky Young on 2nd down 12. Kramer back to pass after taking a handoff. Steps up in the pocket, throws. It's intercepted at the 20-yard line. Out to his left at the 25. Willie Buchanan still on his feet, and he fights his way to the 30. A fingertip interception by Willie Buchanan, and San Diego stops the Vikings at the San Diego 30. A great interception by Willie Buchanan. They ran Joe Sensor shallow across the green. Buchanan had him step for step, then dove and made the interception. Almost shook loose for a big run back. There is no score, and we'll have more Vikings football after this message. So the first scoring threat of the game by the Vikings by either team. In this case, the Vikings is stopped on an interception by veteran Willie Buchanan. So it's San Diego to the offense, moving left-right from their own 30. Chuck Muncie is the lone setback. San Diego still goes with 3 wide receivers. Back to pass is Fouts on first down. Has time, and he throws, and the receiver falls down at the 41-yard line. The intended receiver, Wes Chandler. But he fell down as the ball was in the air, so it falls harmlessly at the near sidelines, and it's going to be second down 10.
I'm sure the Chargers are well aware, and they tried to exploit it that time, that Walt Williams plays 8 to 10 yards off the ball. They just ran Chandler down on a 8-yard breakout well in front of Walt Williams, who has to come up and cover that play a little tighter, or the Chargers will continue to throw that all day.
Second down 10 from the San Diego 30. Muncie stays in as the lone setback. He's carried the ball once. Now he comes on a sweep to the right, being forced to the outside. Good defense. He's going to be hit down at the 33-yard line. Fine defense. That player made the tackle. Studwell made the tackle. Mullaney was out there, but the defense did its job and strung out Muncie and limited him to a gain of 3. It'll be third down 7.
Chuck Muncie presents a lot of problems as a running back. He's a big running back, 6'4", about 230 pounds with great speed, a straight-up runner, has the reputation of also being a fumbler when hit, but when he's on, he's one of the finest running backs in the National Football League.
Chandler and Joyner wide left. 2 running backs are in the game now on 3rd and 7. Back goes Fouts to pass, has some time, throws over the middle, but way overshoots and almost intercepted. Looked like he wanted to hit Muncie drifting over the middle, but he overthrew him by a big margin, and Tommy Hannon almost had an interception around midfield. It's fourth down, and Fouts now, quite frankly, on about 3 or 4 occasions has been well off target.
Fouts is, although not being sacked, the Viking defensive line is in his face with the hands up. I don't think Fouts has clear vision over the middle where he's trying to throw the football.
Roberts to punt. Peyton towards right to receive. 5:02 left first quarter, and no score. Only one threat. The Vikings reached the San Diego 20, but Buchanan intercepted a pass on second down. Left-footed kicking George Roberts gets the pass from center. Big rush, but he gets his kick away. Short, off to the right. Chase. No, it's not Peyton. It's Sammy White back there. Maybe Peyton was injured. I just noticed number 85, Sammy White, for the first time this year, a punt returner, and his momentum carried him out of bounds at the Viking 26-yard line.
We didn't see an injury to Eddie Payton, but Sammy White in his early years was quite a punt returner for the Vikings. I'm sure Eddie Payton must have suffered some kind of injury, or he would have been in there.
The Vikings invite you to help them in the fight against childhood diseases by attending the Evening with the Vikings benefit. It will be held at the Hyatt Regency Friday, October 30th. Irv Cross will be master of ceremonies. The Viking players and their wives will be there for dinner and a night of entertainment. The Vikings look forward to sharing the evening with you. For tickets, 935-4399. Vikings will have first down at their own 26-yard line. Their last possession started following a San Diego punt at the Viking 18. So for whatever it's worth, they have managed to pick up 8 yards on the exchange of punts.
Offense coordinator Jerry Burns felt the short passing attack would work against the San Diego defense, meaning the tight end and the running backs will get plenty of work today. So far, we've seen Teddy Brown make 2 nice runs with passes. Also, Joe Sensor found himself one-on-one coverage in the middle where there's a lot of room to work, and those have been the most important plays so far for the Vikings.
Here's the word on Peyton. Injured his right knee and will not return. So that, of course, is a blow to the Vikings because Peyton has done extremely well as a kick returner.
Eddie Payton's loss will be felt. The special teams could come down to being the difference in the ball game with Eddie Payton. The Vikings had the chance of always going all the way with kickoffs or punt returns.
Is this the day of upsets in the National Football League? San Francisco is leading Dallas 14-0 in the first quarter. The Vikes go on first down with 3 wide receivers, 1 setback Brown, right to left from their own 26-yard line. No score first quarter. Pitch back, Teddy Brown outside to the right. Gets a good block from Yari, puts his head down and crosses the 30 to the 31-yard line. So a 5-yard gain. The score? There is no score. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is your big friend for sports, WNAX Yankton, 330, 65 degrees.
Is Yari working on Leroy Jones at left end?
That play right there was a quick pitch where Yari would pull out and Joe Sensor would come down and block on Leroy Jones, so they get the cross-block action, freeing Teddy Brown for the runaround right end.
Gain 5 yards to the Viking 31. Second down 5. Kramer back to pass. Straight drop back. Has time. Being chased now. Now he throws. Oh, my goodness. Penalty. Yes, indeed. Pass interference. Willie Buchanan, I think it was Willie, went over the back of Ahmad Rashad at the 44-yard line, and that was really obvious pass interference and called immediately. It'll be first down Vikings at the Viking 43 or 4-yard line.
Willie Buchanan should have had a saddle on that play. He was putting the ride on Ahmad Rashad. Obvious penalty.
Los Angeles Rams without Pat Hayden, who suffered a broken leg, defeated Atlanta 37-35. Final, Jets 28, New England 24. So the Vikes pick up a first down. Now they take out LeCount and bring in Ricky Young, the former Charger, with a first down at the Viking 42.5-yard line. 4:10 remaining in a scoreless first quarter. Sammy White to the right, working against Buchanan. Off to the left, Rashad, and he immediately draws double coverage. Kramer back to pass after taking a handoff. Being chased, throws quickly, and it is intercepted by a lineman. He is down to the Viking 25, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10. He's going to be tackled at the 2-yard line. Big Gary Johnson. Gary Big Head Johnson made an excellent play. Not only batted the ball up, but caught the ball and then made a nifty running back-like move and got the ball down the 3-yard line. That was a great individual effort by All-Pro Gary Johnson. So Kramer now has been intercepted twice, and the Chargers have the first big break of the game, first and goal at the Viking 2.
Interesting sideline on that play. Tommy Kramer did not try to get in part of that tackle. I'm sure he's cool never to try to get contact, but he's still playing with an injured knee, and he just backpedaled into the end zone, let the other lineman try to bring down Big Gary Johnson.
So first and goal, San Diego at the Viking 2. Cappelletti and Muncie are both in the backfield. Two big bruising running backs. Vinzo in motion to the right. There goes Cappelletti up the middle. Oh, is he hit back at the line of scrimmage. Vikings have their goal line defense in there for one. I saw Dennis Johnson was one of the defenders. Seaman was in on the tackle. Matt Blair, no gain on the play. Cappelletti was really hit hard at the line of scrimmage.
I'm sure they'd like a healthy Chuck Muncie to run that football, but with that bad hand, I don't think they'll risk running him directly up the middle.
I formation now. Muncie deep, second and goal at the Viking 2. Fouts ready for the snap. Winslow in motion to the right. Here comes Muncie outside to the right, trying to get into the end zone, and he scores the touchdown. Muncie on a sweep to the right, gets into the end zone, and San Diego capitalizes on an interception by tackle Gary Johnson, and on second and goal, Muncie is into the end zone.
Although Chuck Muncie's a 230-pound back, he does his best running to the outside. That time it was student body right, and that the Chargers brought all their offensive linemen, pulled them to the outside, and led Chuck Muncie in the end zone, where he just had to literally fall in the end zone, and really was a good play by the Chargers.
Sub-quarterback Ed Luther will hold for the extra point attempt by Rolf Bernerschka. 3:11 left first quarter. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So San Diego has intercepted Kramer twice. Once to blunt a Viking scoring threat, an interception by Willie Buchanan, and now an interception by tackle Gary Johnson that is turned into a touchdown 2 plays later.
I think we should note that both passes were intercepted on great individual efforts. Buchanan's was a diving interception. Gary Johnson's was after he jumped in the air and batted that ball, then caught it. So turnovers always play a big part in the game, but Kramer was on target. It's just a great individual effort by the Charger defense.
So the Chargers grab a 7-0 lead from the most unlikely of sources, from their defense, which has been very porous so far this season. So off to our right, Marty McDowell will be the middleman for the Vikings, a rookie from Mississippi State. He'll be flanked on his left by Keith Nord, on his right by Sam Harrell. And we'll tell you again, Eddie Payton has sustained a knee injury, and with the announcement, the information we have is he will not return.
Eddie Payton's loss, a great loss for the Vikings. McDowell really has no experience other than college experience. Here's returning kickoff.
Here's Bernerschka's kick. It's very shallow. It's going to be taken by Nord, left corner at the 6, up the left sideline, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40-yard line, and a penalty flag down at the Viking 28-yard line. A great return by Nord, but usually this means a penalty against the team that is returning the football.
Nord really did nothing special. I credit some shoddy tackling by the Chargers. He was all but wrapped up, but kept fighting forward and got the ball out to the 40.
No announcement yet from referee Chuck Heberling as to which team or individual was the offender. It was an excellent run back by Nord. Three of the officials are huddling at the Viking 35-yard line. Now Chuck Heberling comes over to talk with yet another of the officials. And in a moment we'll get an explanation. Offside for the kicking team. Have to kick again, blocking below the waist, which is not permitted anymore against the Vikings. That offset the offside penalty against San Diego, so a fine return by Nord will be nullified.
The 34-yard return by Nord nullified, but just as we said they'd feel the loss of Eddie Payton, Keith Nord comes up with a fine run back.
Final, Philadelphia defeated New Orleans 31-14. In the fourth quarter, Houston leading Seattle 28-10. Cardinals and the Giants scoreless in the first quarter. So, Ralph Bernershka, the man who made that amazing comeback from a near deadly disease of several years ago, will kick off again. Washington leading the Bears 17-0 third quarter. Tampa Bay leading Green Bay 21-10 in the third quarter. Pittsburgh defeated Cleveland 13-7. Cincinnati in the fourth quarter leading Baltimore. All right. Bernershka has the ball teed up again.
For the Chargers, number 37, Hank Bauer, in the middle of that lineup, one of the best special teams players in football.
Bernershka holds up the hand. McDowell awaits to our right at the 2-yard line. Here's the kick. Very high, very shallow again. It's going to be Nord fielding this one at the 15 left side. To the 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line. Another good return. The Vikes will have a pretty good spot here. They're 34, it's marked. They'll start from their own 34-yard line. Would you expect that Kramer might do a bit more rollout action to get away from this rush?
The rollouts are certainly part of the strategy to get away from the rush. I think they'll continue to use motion and try to confuse the Charger defense with their offensive set, but the defensive rush up the middle by Kelcher and Johnson so far has forced Tommy out of the pocket.
2:51 left to play first quarter, 7-0 San Diego. Wide receiver to the right, White, to the left, Rashad. Back is Kramer to pass on first down. As time throws, it is complete to Ricky Young to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 6. Tackled immediately by linebacker Woody Lowe. Rashad apparently, from what I've seen so far, Stu, correct me if I'm wrong, but he apparently is, he's going to just draw 2 people every play.
They'll pay special attention to Ahmad Rashad, but Sammy White, as a result of that, will get the single coverage, as will Joe Sensor. This could create problems in the future for the Chargers. I'm sure they'll change that up play after play.
Rashad to the right, White to the left. This time it's Rashad single coverage. Second down and 4. Kramer gives. Teddy Brown, right side, comes up the middle to the 43-yard line. It'll bring up a third and about 1.5 or 2 as Leroy Jones, the defensive left end, makes the tackle.
So far, the Vikings, in trying to run up the middle, have been using trap plays in which they have misdirection and cross-blocking on those 2 fine defensive tackles, choosing not to take them straight on with Huff and Wes Hamilton because these guys weigh 270 pounds.
Out goes Young. In comes LeCount on third and 1.5 for a first down at the Viking 43. Less than 2 minutes to play first quarter. 7-0 San Diego. Back is Kramer to pass. As time throws to the left, and it's caught by Spencer, and he has a first down at the 47-yard line. Down and out to the left. Woody Lowe, the linebacker, had him, but Spencer, with those fine hands, made the catch on that shallow pattern down and out to the left. First down, Vikings at their own 47-yard line.
Look for Joe Spencer to have a big day if in that instant he was covered just one-on-one by the linebacker. I think the Vikings will feel that anytime Spencer has one-on-one coverage with a linebacker, they'd like to get him the football.
That stopped the clock with Spencer going out of bounds. 1:29 left to play first quarter. Sammy White goes to the right. He'll be covered one-on-one by Buchanan. Rashad to the left, and Mike Williams, the right cornerback, is out with him. Back goes Kramer to pass, circling a bit to his right. Throws out to the right. Wide open. Sammy White goes out of bounds at the 30-yard line. I think that Buchanan either lost his footing slightly or was turned around by Sammy White. What was it, Stu?
Willie
He really
Buchanan was
open.
completely turned around. Sammy White had the option to post or corner, made the good hard post move. He sold that move to Willie Buchanan, who covered post. Then Sammy White goes out to the corner. Willie had to turn completely around and was completely faked out of the play.
So, 1st and 10 Vikings at the San Diego 30. Earlier in the quarter, the Vikings reached the 20. But on 2nd and 12, Buchanan made a fingertip interception of a Kramer pass to thwart that Viking bid. So now it's 1st down at the San Diego 30. Rashad and White go out to the right. Young is in the backfield to the left of Teddy Brown. Young goes in motion to the right. Here's a pitch to Teddy Brown off to the right side. He's being caught behind the line and forced out of bounds for a loss of about 3 yards on the right side by linebacker Lyndon King. Maybe the Vikes went to the well once too often on that pitch.
Defensive effort. He kept his outside containment, forced Brown to string that out to the outside where the linebackers and defensive backs were able to converge and push him out of bounds. That's the 4th time they have run that right side of the Viking line.
Keith Ferguson, a rookie defensive end, checks in place of Leroy Jones, defensive left end. Vikes 2nd and 13, San Diego 33-yard line. 3 wide receivers. Spencer in motion to the right. Back goes Kramer. Throws, and it is caught by Spencer at the 20, down to the 15-yard line. Again, they're getting him one-on-one, this time on the cornerback, Mike Williams, and Spencer's having a big game. And here's the Vikes' first big threat of the game.
That's the 5th reception already in the first quarter for Joe Spencer. What he will do is line up as a wide receiver, go in motion, and have the whole middle of the field to work one-on-one against the strong safety. And that's a lot of room and also a big mismatch in that Joe Spencer's 6'4", working against Pete Shaw, who is 6 foot tall.
Clock running, less than a minute remaining now in the first quarter. 7-0 San Diego. First down Vikings. San Diego 15-yard line, moving right to left. 2 wide receivers this time. Kramer back to pass. Gives to Teddy Brown, tries to get up the middle. He's only going to get about a yard to the 14. I thought it was a fake, and the Kramer still had the ball on his hip, but he did slip the ball to Teddy Brown, and he got it most a half a yard before it ran into John Woodcock on what will be, barring a timeout, the last play of the first quarter.
Charger strategy so far is make the tight end and the running backs beat you in the receiving games. Also gear up more toward the pass defense than the run. They've taken away Rashad, but they've given us Joe Spencer and Teddy Brown as pass receivers.
When the second quarter gets underway, it'll be 2nd and 10 at the San Diego 15, and we've reached the end of the first quarter with the score. San Diego 7, Vikings nothing. Stu?
Tommy Kramer in the first quarter, 9 for 14, 134 yards. Joe Spencer had a big first quarter, 5 catches for 76 yards, 3 receptions also to Teddy Brown. Tight end and the running back being given one-on-one coverage, which Tommy Kramer is taking what the defense will give him.
Just as Kansas City and Detroit did in losing efforts control the ball on San Diego, so did the Vikings in the first quarter. 8-16 possession for the Vikings, 5-21 San Diego. Listen to this first quarter score. San Francisco 21, the Dallas Cowboys nothing. Maybe it's one of those weekends, Stu.
So far in the first quarter, we've heard about the San Diego offense all week, but in the first quarter, it's been the Minnesota Viking offense, which has dominated.
For the Vikings, now moving from left to right. 2nd down 10 at the San Diego 15-yard line. Rashad breaks out to the left. Out to the right comes Sammy White. Both Young and Brown are in the backfield. Spencer, the tight end, is lined up on the right side. Kramer ready for the snap from Dennis Swilley. Kramer back to pass. Lofting it to the corner for Sammy White, and he can't quite hold on in the right corner of the end zone. Sammy White thought there might have been an interference call, but the official right on the play says no. He had the ball. It appeared maybe in the palm of his right hand for an instant, but it was shaken loose, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 at the San Diego 15. Wyatt Henderson, the rookie cornerback, was defending on the play.
Sammy White that time ran a pattern that Ahmad Rashad runs so well. It's called a fade pattern, where Tommy Kramer just hangs the ball up, and Sammy White fades to the sideline. That time he had the ball in his hand, but the contact with the ground shook the ball loose.
Here's a big play. 3rd and 10, San Diego 15. Kramer ready for the snap. Drops back to pass, circling to his left. He throws to the right. It's to Ricky Young. He's all the way back at the 20, trying to dodge around defenders. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown! What a run by Ricky Young. He caught it at the 20-yard line and somehow eluded 4 defenders for the touchdown.
Just a basic swing pattern out to Ricky Young. You hear some boos in the crowd, some awfully shoddy defense by the San Diego Chargers. They had Ricky penned in, but Ricky made a couple of moves and kept the head of steam going and was able to get in the end zone really without even getting an arm on him.
So a fine effort by Ricky Young playing against his former teammates, and now we're within a point of a tie. Nord will hold, Huff will snap, Stanmeyer will try to tie it after only 13 seconds of the second quarter. The snap, the ball is down, the kick is up. It's good, and we have a tie, 7-7. We'll be back with more play-by-play in a minute. Ricky Young has just scored his first touchdown of the season, either running or receiving. And for Tommy Kramer, his 7th touchdown pass. But that one you have to really label pass and run.
A great run. I'm sure the Jack Pardee had a fit over there with kind of the shoddy tackling by the San Diego Chargers. They allowed Ricky Young to get up a full head of steam and get in that end zone, but in reality, he could have been caught in the backfield for a loss.
Speedy Wes Chandler, the former New Orleans Saint and former outstanding wide receiver at the University of Florida, is off to our right at the San Diego 7-yard line. Here's the kick. Not too deep. Chandler at the 12, left side. 10, 15 to the right, trying to get to the outside. But, whoa, he's down at the 23-yard line. Randy Holloway got an arm out. That's all he needed. Chandler was unable to keep his footing, so down he goes at the 23-yard line, and that's where Dan Fowles will take over this San Diego offense.
On that kickoff, Wes Chandler tried the same move he tried on the first kickoff. He ran away from his wedge, away from his blocking. Randy Holloway spotted that he was going away from the blocking and came in and got an arm tackle on Wes Chandler.
Wide receivers set out on either side. Scales to the left, Joyner to the right. Two running backs now. Fouts back to pass. Looks right. Running, throwing, incomplete. My goodness, he missed his intended receiver down the right sideline, Chuck Muncie, by 5 yards.
Dan Fouts is getting a little jittery. There's a pretty good rush being put on, although there's no hands on him. He feels the pressure, scoots out of the pocket a little bit and wants to get rid of that football. He does not want to run with that football.
Into the game goes Wes Chandler. Now, Scales started out, but he's going to stay in. I think they might take out a running back. Let's see. Yes, Muncie will come out. It's 2nd and 10, San Diego at the Charger 20, between the 23 and 24-yard line. To the right will go Scales. To the left, Joyner and Chandler. 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line of San Diego. Joyner in motion to the right. Fouts back to pass. Has some time. Now he's running off to the right. He's going to go very, very deep. This ball's hanging in the air, and it's going to be almost intercepted by Williams, and then he lost it for a second, and it was almost caught by Scales back at the 17-yard line. It looked like Williams had drawn a bead on that, Stu, but at the last instant it eluded him.
An interesting point. Walt Williams is being fitted for contact. They feel that he does not have the eyesight, although he covers receivers very well, does not knock the ball down or intercept the ball. He is being fitted for contact because they think he has a vision problem. That time, Fouts threw the ball about as far as the quarterback could throw the ball, a wing and a prayer. It almost connected.
So the Vikes bring in Turner, Nord, and Holloway. 4-man front, 3rd and 10, San Diego. Charger 23-yard line. 7-7 score in the opening minute of the second quarter. Fouts back to pass. Has time. Throws, and it is incomplete. He's hit Joyner at the 32-yard line, but he was hit by a defender. The ball popped loose. Actually was closer to being intercepted after Joyner dropped it, so it's 4th down. Punt formation time for George Roberts.
Dan Fouts off to a slow start, 3 for 12 for only 28 yards. I give a lot of credit to the Viking rush. They're putting good pressure on Fouts, containing him and also forcing him to throw the ball a little bit before he's ready.
Roberts to punt. Off to our left. Marty McDowell, or is it Sammy White? I see the 8. I do not see the 5 or the 8. Can you see, Stu? I imagine it's Sammy White. At any rate, we'll know in a moment. 7-7 score. Roberts has the ball. Left-footed kick. Very high. Sammy White racing off to his right. The ball lands at the 30 and goes out of bounds at the Viking 29-yard line. Pretty good position for this Viking offense, which has been very effective. The score, 7-7. Now this message from Chevrolet. With 14:10 left to play in the second quarter here in San Diego, we note that Tampa Bay has defeated Green Bay 21-10. So the Buccaneers are now 4-2. The Vikes have very definitely had the better of the total yardage picture so far in this game. 7-7 score. Rashad to the right. McDowell comes in motion, or is that Terry LeCount? Here's a pitch, and outside to the left goes Teddy Brown, picking his way, comes to the 30, 35, bursts then all of a sudden across the 40, 41-yard line. Teddy, just it seems to me, as each game goes by, becomes that much more intelligent in using his blockers, and he used them beautifully that time to pick up a first down across the 40-yard line.
What Teddy Brown does there is not use his speed. He throttles back, waiting for the blockers to take on their men, and then looks for the open area. He runs to daylight, not using his speed, but then accelerating at the moment when it's most important.
That was McDowell, who was in the game for one play. He goes out. The Vikes go now with 3 wide receivers, first down from their own 41-yard line. Kramer drops back to pass. Fakes once, throws over the middle, and a diving attempt by Joe Sensor. It is ruled complete, and the officials missed it. That ball hit the ground. The San Diego players saw it. I saw it, but I don't think the officials saw it. It's going to be ruled complete, and that was one where they were obviously, Stu, just plain screened because that ball bounced on the ground.
The ball that hit the ground, the referee making the call was shielded by the back of Joe Sensor, who, after the ball hit the ground, wisely made the good acting job and got away with it. A good break for the Vikings.
First down at the San Diego 44-yard line. Sensor lines up on the left side this time. He's been the key in this game so far. Rashad and White are off to the right, the near side. Young to the left of Teddy Brown. Kramer with a long count. Drops back, gives. Up the middle comes Teddy Brown, and he has a big hole. And he fumbles the ball as he hit the turf. Let's see if it's ruled down. He was ruled down at the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8. The fumble was ruled to have occurred after he had hit the turf. So there is another break. 2 consecutive breaks here for the Vikings, Stu.
That was definitely a fumble. Teddy Brown very lucky not to lose the football. We talk about Joe Sensor, who's now with 5 catches for 91 yards. Why he's being successful, he's being covered on that last catch by the linebacker one-on-one, who tries to jam him at the line of scrimmage. If not successful, Joe's running free into the secondary.
2nd and 2, Vikings, 36-yard line of San Diego. 12:45 left in the first half. 7-7 the score, but the Vikes have definitely dominated the game. A turnover, a pass interception, was turned into the San Diego touchdown. Here comes Sammy White in motion to the right. Kramer drops back, pitches back to Teddy Brown. Off to the left, big hole. Makes his cut, and he's inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. First down, Teddy Brown and the Vikings at the 29-yard line of San Diego. And the Vikes now are apparently just keeping San Diego defensively off balance.
They're keeping them off balance, doing a fine job of using a different variety of plays. They've decided that they're not going to run inside, that their greatest success will be pitching the ball to Teddy Brown and letting him find the open area. He's doing a fine job of running the daylight, but also San Diego is not tackling very well.
To the right, Rashad and White, with Rashad to the outside. Sensor is on the left side this time. Young to the left of Teddy Brown behind Kramer. A first down play coming up, and Kramer's back to pass. Throws quickly, and it is caught. Rashad hit out of bounds after the catch at the 20-yard line, so his streak now stays alive of consecutive games in which he has caught a pass. He just ran a simple little down and up, and in the gain of about 9 yards, it's going to be second and less than 1 just inside the San Diego 20. And, hey, here's something. Louis Kelcher, limping, comes off the field. He is a main man of the San Diego defense. We expect he'll be replaced by Jimmy Webb, an 8-year vet out of Mississippi State, number 61. So the Vikes, 2nd and 1 at the San Diego 20. 11:50 to play, first half, 7-7. Up the middle, Teddy Brown finds a little daylight, burrows his way to a first down at the 17-yard line. So, referee Chuck Heberling signals first down Vikings. They had possession of this football. This drive started at their own 29-yard line on a punt that went out of bounds.
And a first down.
And they moved all the way to the San Diego 17-yard line. Crowd, of course, is very, very quiet. They do not expect what has happened so far in this game. The Vikings have totally dominated except for the interception turned into a touchdown 2 plays later. In motion to the left, Ricky Young. Kramer gives Teddy Brown outside to the left, trying to turn the corner, 15, 10, and out of bounds around the 9. Teddy Brown, with his good speed, got outside. Who did the main blocking for him that time, Stu?
That time, Jim Huff pulled out and made a good block, but Teddy is just outrunning
The Charger 9-yard line.
the Charger defense. They're forcing with the safety, and the cornerback will not turn that play in, so it gives Teddy the natural advantage to run toward the sideline.
The gain that time was from the 17 to the 9. So the Vikes have a 2nd and 2 at the 9-yard line of San Diego. Early second quarter, 7-7 score. Rashad goes left, White goes left. Tight end Sensor, right side. Brown the fullback, Young lines up as the left halfback. Kramer ready for the snap. Looks left, looks right, gives. Teddy Brown, right side, gets to around the 7.5-yard line. Might be short of a first down, but he's going to be close. Tackle made by Lyndon King, the left linebacker. Bob Horn, the middle linebacker. Let's see where the ball is spotted. At the 8. It will be 3rd and 1 at the San Diego 8-yard line, so this will be a rather important play. Dave Huffman will check into the lineup. Bob Brewer will check in, so this is the short yardage offense as White and Rashad head for the sidelines. Vikes break huddle. Sensor will line up on the left. Crowd starts to make some noise. The left side, Ricky Young, and he dives to around the 6.5-yard line, and this is going to be, I'm pretty sure, a first down. Just short of the 6. There's nothing fancy at all. Just a power play off the left side. This might call for a measurement. It might be that close. Players still unpiling. And a San Diego player is down. We'll have an injury timeout here, and we might also have a measurement. The score, 7-7. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Your big friend for sports. WNAX, Yankton.
It is a 1st and goal to go by about the length of the football, and injured on that play, we're not certain as yet. He's still receiving attention. His number's obscured. But when play resumes, it'll be 1st and goal to go, Vikings, at the San Diego 6.5. Are you surprised at the success the Vikings have had running so far today?
They've had good success, so I give them a lot of credit. They're mixing their running game very well. They use Teddy Brown outside, both to the right and to the left. Use some quick trap plays to try to negate the big rush of the defensive tackles inside. But also they've used 5 receivers already, so Tommy Kramer, with help of the play sent in from above by Jerry Burns, relayed to Bud Grant, who gives him the left tackle to send in the hand signals, and they've just been doing a good job of confusing the Charger defense with different formations, different motions, and a lot of different variety of plays.
Bob Greger, second year in the league out of Washington State, their free safety, was the man injured on the play. He's able to walk off under his own power, but he'll be replaced. During this injury timeout, Tommy Kramer, Ahmad Rashad, and Sammy White have been conferring with the coaches and now come onto the field, so the Vikings will go on 1st and goal with their wide receivers. Here are some finals. Steelers 13, Cleveland 7. Rams 37, Atlanta 35. Pat Hayden suffered a broken leg. Eagles 31, New Orleans 14. Tampa Bay 21, Green Bay 10. Cincinnati 41, Baltimore 19. Jets 28, New England 24. Kansas City shut out Oakland 27-0. Oakland now has been shut out for the 3rd time in a row, and I can't recall when any team in the National Football League was shut out 3 games in a row. Stu?
Certainly a team of Oakland caliber. They benched Gene Upshaw, benched all-pro receiver Raymond Chester, and they're definitely having problems in Oakland.
Young goes out. LeCount comes in. So the Vikes go with 3 wide receivers on 1st and goal at the 6.5-yard line of San Diego, and the Vikes are ready to go. Brown the only setback. Kramer pitches. Teddy Brown outside to the left, trying to get around the corner. Stops, cut. He'll get down to about the 4. He'll get about 2.5 yards. Linebacker Woody Lowe made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Tackle by number 51.
The ball will be spotted.
And number 55, Bob Horn.
Teddy Brown very slow to get up. Just now does get up. The ball was just inside the 5, so it was a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd and goal as Brown comes back to the huddle.
For the first time, the Chargers played good team defense on that sweep. They sprung the play out, but also did not allow Teddy Brown the cutback, so that's something so far they haven't shown.
Still 3 wide receivers. LeCount left, White and Rashad right. Sensor a yard in the backfield. White in motion to the left. Back is Kramer to pass. Being rushed, throws. Teddy Brown walks in for the touchdown. He just drifted to the goal line. Kramer was under pressure. Yes, Stu.
What happened there was what happened last week with Joe Sensor. Tommy Kramer gave a free release to the back. The linebacker blitzed. No one covered the back.
And Brown was not hit, but he's injured. He's down in the end zone. Did you see any contact at all? I did not see any.
Only thing I can think of is that he sprained his ankle when he relaxed after he caught the ball.
But whatever, Teddy Brown, who has been such an integral part of this Viking offense this season, is down in the end zone as the Vikes grab the lead 13-7 with 9 minutes to play in the first half.
That's another case where Tommy Kramer shows that he is getting experience. He saw the blitz, got into the proper pattern, read it, and got the ball to a wide open receiver.
Now Teddy is up and limping slightly as he walks off the field. Teddy, of course, had surgery on that one knee, but doesn't appear to be seriously injured. I emphasize appear.
The Vikings 3-0 with Tommy Kramer in the lineup. Tommy today 13 for 18, 176 yards, and shows the experience which comes from playing in the National Football League. He's able to pick apart the defense and take what they'll give him.
Detroit leading Denver in the second quarter 14-10. San Francisco leading Dallas in the second quarter 24-0. Nord will hold, Huff will snap, Danmar will try to give the Vikes a 7-point edge. The snap, the ball is down, the kick is up, it's good. So the Vikings, after trailing 7-0, have come back with 14 unanswered points, and with 9 minutes to play in the first half, we would remind you it's 14-7 Vikings. We'll have more Vikings football after this message. It appears the Vikings so far have been able to do what they wanted to do, which is control the football and keep the ball away from that high-powered San Diego offense.
I also must say that I think San Diego looks a little bit flat. Fouts particularly is flat, 3 for 12, 28 yards, which is certainly not his usual statistics.
Chandler back to receive Danmar's kick to our right. There's the kick. Chandler drifts to his left, gets it at the 10 left side, 15, 20, and he'll be belted down on a hard hit by Willie Teal at the 27-yard line. Also in on the play for the Vikings was Dennis Johnson. So let's see whether Fouts can get this San Diego offense on track. First down, moving right-left from the San Diego 27-yard line. Another final, Houston 35, Seattle 17. To the right will go Chandler. To the left, Joyner. Winslow lines up a yard deep in the backfield. Back goes Fouts to pass. Being rushed by Duck White, being chased. Throws, and it is caught at the 38-yard line for a first down. Looks like might have been tight end Eric Stevers. Eric Stevers, first down. Hannon made the tackle. Duck White came within an eyelash of nailing Fouts behind the line, but one thing for sure, Fouts is moving out of that pocket more than he ever wanted to.
Duck White had the big rush, forcing Fouts to run, something he does not like to do. He found Eric Stevers, who is playing the traditional tight end role, while Kellen Winslow plays a roving tight end.
First down San Diego at the Charger 38-yard line. Joyner in motion to the right. Chandler back to pass Fouts. Throws over the middle, and it's complete again. This for about 9 yards, maybe 8 yards at the 47-yard line. Charlie Joyner over the middle in heavy traffic, hit hard by Studwell and Blair. But it's a pretty good gain, and into the lineup will come Turner, Holloway, and Nord. As we are approaching the midway point of the second quarter, and the Vikings are leading 14-7.
Perhaps the reason why the Viking defense has been successful. They've been changing up play after play, giving different looks to Fouts and the San Diego offense.
Wide receivers set out either side. Winslow again, a yard deep in the backfield. Fouts gives out to the right. Chuck Muncy trying to get outside. Turns the corner at the 50 and is out of bounds at the 40. And a penalty flag goes flying as Muncy was in the process of getting outside to the right. And a big gain to the Viking 40.
I think we'll have a holding penalty which will negate that big run.
There is a penalty flag.
Fouts with his hands on his hips has that disgusted look which indicates it's against the offense, and it will nullify a fine run of about 13 yards by Chuck Muncy. So here goes Chuck Heberling to measure off that 10-yard penalty with 7:27 left to play in the first half. And the Vikes leading 14-7. 5 yards. 10 yards. Back to the San Diego 37, and here's the announcement. Washington, the veteran right tackle, one of the better offensive linemen in the league. Am I correct in labeling him that?
He certainly is. That time at 285 pounds, you wouldn't think he'd have to hold anybody, but he was holding Mark Mullaney.
Second down and about 11. Fouts gives up the middle. Muncie is limited to a gain of about 2 yards to the 39, and now San Diego is in a 3rd and 9. Good play by Mark Mullaney, the defensive left end. Let's see whether the Vikes make any defensive changes now on 3rd and almost 10. Less than 7 minutes will remain in the first half when the ball is snapped by center Bob Rush to quarterback Dan Fouts. Fouts sends Chandler and Joyner off to the right. He sends Dwight Scales, another wide receiver, off to the left. He has Winslow split out to the right. Back goes Fouts to pass. Good protection. Lots of protection. He's going to go very, very deep. And it is going to be somehow caught for a touchdown. Willie Teal had perfect position on wide receiver Dwight Scales. But he allowed the ball to be caught for a touchdown. Just frankly, a big mistake by a defensive back.
Dan Fouts again pushed out of the pocket, but bought a little time by rolling to his left. Threw the ball again as he did early in the first quarter, up for grabs. He has a lot of confidence in his receivers. That time Scales essentially out-muscled Willie Teal for the ball. Willie, all he had to do was get a hand on it and knock it down. But he was out of position, and when the ball was arriving, and as a result, Scales caught the ball, fell down, and then dove into the end zone.
So, I guess it's a constant reminder that no matter what the statistics, that quarterbacks like Fouts can all of a sudden put points on the board. Benershka now will try to tie up this game with 6:45 left in the first half. Snap, the ball is down, the kick is up, it's good, and we have a tie. The score, 14-14. Here's a message from True Value Hardware. For Fouts, his 13th touchdown pass on what could have been his 8th interception.
You've got to say the Chargers are a big play team. They've got 2 big plays, both for touchdowns. Dwight Scales that time a 60-yarder. That's the longest pass Fouts has thrown for the season. Only 2 plays, and we have a tie ball game where the Vikings have played good, solid football.
With Eddie Payton injured, it's Marty McDowell in the middle. A high kick floating down near the goal line. McDowell has it at the goal line, up the middle. 5, 10, 15, down at the 18. Hank Bauer made the tackle, that special team man that you talked about earlier, Stu.
Hank Bauer has a certain following. Hank's Army, he is a reserve running back, but has gained quite a bit of notoriety, being one of the real good special teamers and one of the first guys down under every kickoff.
Apparently, there was an offside penalty on the kickoff against San Diego, so this will be a break for the Vikings. Benershka will have to kick all over again. I just now spotted that penalty flag back at the 38-yard line of San Diego.
I think we can say that San Diego, they've had 2 big plays, but are a little flat. Anytime you have some of the basic penalties they've had, offsides on kickoffs, you know a team really hasn't come out completely ready to play.
So, 14-14, a Kramer pass that was intercepted by a lineman and run down to the 2-yard line, and 2 plays later, Muncie turned it into a touchdown. And now on 3rd and long, Willie Teal one-on-one with the receiver, Dwight Scales, and apparently in good position to make an interception on a ball that was hanging, quite frankly, allowed it to get away from him. And it was caught. The receiver fell to the ground, but there was no contact with he and Teal after he caught the ball, and he was able to get up and run it in for the score, and we have a tie. Here comes Benershka. High kick again. McDowell will gather this one in at the 4, up the middle, to the left, 10, 15, trying to get outside. Gets it to the 25-yard line. So with 6:27 left to play in the first half, the Viking offense, which has been frankly superb, except for those 2 pass interceptions, will go to work again, this time left to right from the Viking 25. Fourth quarter, Redskins 24, Bears 7. Let's see if the Vikes go to the short passing game. They've used the running of Teddy Brown and the receiving in the main of Joe Sensor. Rashad and White come to the right. Sensor, the tight end, is on the left side, and I don't know about the Charger players, but the crowd here is certainly into this game. Kramer moves Brown in motion to the left and drops back to pass. Throws over the middle, complete to Sensor. He's out for a first down to the 35-yard line. Just a simple little move over the middle, and down he goes in the grasp of linebacker Bob Horn.
As we've said many times before, the Vikings don't adhere to the theory of primary receivers. Tommy Kramer sends all receivers available, 5 of them out for passes, and then studies the defense, finds which one is not receiving the coverage he should, and gets him the ball. Today, Joe Sensor's getting the ball. 6 catches already.
I said first down. I was in error. It's a 9-yard gain. 2nd and 1, just short of the Viking 35. 5:50 to play first half. 14 to 14 to score. There goes Ricky Young off the left side, and he has a first down out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. So the Vikes pick up another first down. They've had all the edge in ball control and in yardage, but it's 14 to 14. Louis Kelcher, who left the game limping back a little while ago, is back in the lineup, and he, of course, is a huge and very important member of this defense. Plays left tackle.
Charger defense as yet have not been impressive, not using the team defense and the good sure tackling techniques which they can use.
White and Rashad off to the left of Kramer. Kramer gives. Ricky Young up the middle, picking his way, gets to about the 40-yard line. Chargers believe there was a fumble. Officials say no. The gain was about 3 yards to around the 40. We'll bring up a second down and about 7. Defensive change into the backfield will go Alan Ellis, the newly acquired defensive back who had been with the Chicago Bears.
No question about it. The Chargers want to shore up that secondary. Also a little dissatisfied with their linebacker play. And the losing of Fred Dean, contract problems now with San Francisco 49ers hurt their pass rush.
Second down, 7 at the Viking 40. 4:25 left in the first half and the clock running. 3 wide receivers. White in motion to the left. Kramer back to pass. Has time. Whistles the ball, and it's caught. Penalty flag is down behind the line. Might be a holding penalty. It's caught by LeCount at the 48-yard line. But apparently this will be against the Vikings. It will be. That will nullify another first down pass. This one from Kramer to Terry LeCount.
I think as John Woodcock signaled, Steve Riley might have been guilty of holding on that play.
If so, the ball will come from the Viking 37 or 40-yard line back to around the 30-yard line. There's the 5 yards, 10 yards. And here's the announcement as to the culprit. You're right. Steve Riley got the call. Jimmy Webb replaces Louis Kelcher at a tackle now for San Diego. Jimmy Webb. He's experienced 8 years, Mississippi State. Vikings 2nd and 17 at their own 30. 4:17 to play first half. 14-14 score. Rashad and White come off to the right. Sensor lines up on the left side. He's had a field day. Young and Brown behind Kramer. There's a fake to the right by Kramer. He throws it down the left sideline, and it's out of bounds. Incomplete. Tried to hit Ricky Young, but he was well covered by Woody Lowe for one, the linebacker, and I think a defensive back as well. It's going to be 3rd and 17.
Chargers getting a little better pass rush on Tommy Kramer, forcing him to throw the ball a little bit before he's ready. Then again, John Woodcock in the face of Tommy Kramer. Tommy, although he doesn't move out of the pressure, certainly feels that, and he forces himself to unload the ball before he's ready.
Denver leading Detroit 17-14, second quarter. Vikes have 3 wide receivers on 3rd and long. It's 3rd and 17 at the Viking 30. 4:12 left first half. LeCount to the left, White and Rashad to the right. Back goes Kramer. He has time. Throws over the middle, and it is almost intercepted. Oh, Mike Williams stepped in front of it. Kramer that time made a mistake. He threw into heavy coverage intended for Rashad, but Williams that time was in perfect shape, but he dropped the ball, and it's 4th down.
Almost another big play for the Chargers. Williams had the sure interception, did not catch the ball. Tommy Kramer did not see Williams fall back into that play. He was reading the primary coverage, did not see Williams coming from underneath.
Coleman to punt. Chandler back to receive. He'll have 2 men back with him. He'll have Pete Shaw back for one, and Mike Williams. But Chandler is the deep man at the 25-yard line to our right. Coleman has the ball. Beautiful kick. Chandler drifts back to his own 24. Comes off to the left, 30, 35, 40, 45, and he's all the way to the Viking 48-yard line. Boy, he did a beautiful job of eluding tacklers.
Also another break for the Chargers. Wes Chandler appeared to touch his knee down. Some of the Viking players let up figuring the play would be blown dead with the whistle. Did not get the whistle. Chandler headed upfield for another 15 yards.
So first down, San Diego at the Viking 48-yard line with a lot of time left here in the first half. 3 minutes and 54 seconds. Both teams have their full allotment of timeouts remaining. So let's see what this San Diego offense can do. Their last possession, they went 60 yards on one play for a touchdown on third and long yardage. That usually doesn't happen to a good pro team. All right, to the right, Scales, who caught the touchdown pass. To the left, Joyner. One setback, Muncy. A give to Muncy, trying to get outside to the right, cuts back, and he gets about 5 yards to the 43-yard line, 42-yard line perhaps. Brought down by Doug Martin for one. Scott Studwell for another. Chandler checks into the lineup now. He'll replace Scales. On second down, almost 5 at the Viking 42.5. A little over 3 minutes left in the first half. Chandler goes right. Joyner comes left. Winslow, as per usual, lines up a yard in the backfield on the left side. Back goes Fouts to pass. Throws quickly, wide open at the 30-yard line as Joyner cuts back over the middle to the 28-yard line. Or, I'm sorry, Wes Chandler, first down.
Walt Williams again plays off the ball 10 yards and has driven another 4 off the ball. Fouts just runs Chandler on a curl pattern, drives Williams farther off the ball, gets him the ball also. Gives a good runner like Chandler room to move, and he gets additional yardage.
First down at the Viking 28-yard line as the former Saint, Wes Chandler, grabs a big pass. One setback. Muncy. And Muncy's trying to get outside to the left. And he breaks one tackle, but he didn't really break the tackle because Turner was responsible for bringing him down. He ran through it, but he upset him enough that he was brought down after a gain of only about a yard to the 27-yard line, and we're coming up very close to where just 2 minutes will remain in the half.
Chargers use a one-back backfield, but Muncy the only back behind Fouts. The Vikings using a soft pass-like defense allows the Chargers the luxury of the run, which they're using on passing situations.
Fouts ready for the snap, drops back to pass. He has time, throws over the middle, and it's caught at the 15-yard line. Racing to the left is Joyner, and he gets out of bounds inside the 10 at the 6. Charlie Joyner, penalty flag down at the Viking 23-yard line. Let's see what we have.
I think they'll call Kellen Winslow for pushing off on the linebacker.
It's against San Diego.
And that was a good call. He was leaning and pushing the linebacker, then pushed to the inside, went to the outside, spotted by the officials.
Joyner that time lined up on the right, ran a crossing pattern, was wide open over the middle, and then raced for the left corner and got out of bounds around the 6. But it's all for naught as far as San Diego's concerned. It'll be a 10-yard penalty. The ball comes back to the Viking 37-yard line, and meanwhile, just a minute 56 is left in the first half, and both benches and the crowd here, capacity crowd at Jack Murphy Stadium, so informed. Well, Stu, the Vikings sort of had the upper hand for a while, but San Diego appeared to gain life when Fouts was able to hit Dwight Scales on that touchdown pass.
I sensed that the Chargers were flat coming into the game. I think now they realize that this Viking team is for real. They're playing a little better football, but as we said, big plays, penalties, and turnovers dictate how a game's going to go. And a situation right there, instead of being on the 3-yard line, the Chargers are back on the 37-yard line, which could dictate who's going to win this football game.
It will be 2nd and 20 when time is back in.
Final score, Los Angeles 37, Atlanta 30.
When time is back in. Now, on only several occasions has San Diego used more than the one setback. Muncy playing with a broken hand. We have not seen Jim Brooks, their fine rookie runner from Auburn. We have seen Capoletti only briefly. We have not seen Clarence Williams or Hank Fowler. So Muncy's been the main man as far as what little running they've been able to do.
I think they'll try to run the ball a little more because the Vikings obviously are trying to stops the Charger passing attack, laying off, allowing the ends especially be vulnerable to be swept. And Muncie has done a good job of running around the ends when they've given them the football.
We're just about ready to go. Fouts is huddled with Don Coryell and his staff. It will be second down and 20 at the Viking 37. 1 minute, 56 seconds remaining first half, 14-14. Williams at the left corner, Teal at the right corner. Fouts has been working on them. Chandler and Joyner go right. Scales comes left. One set back, Muncie directly behind Fouts. Fouts drifts back. Deep drop back. He's going for the right corner of the end zone. He receivers down there. Incomplete. Incomplete. There'll be an argument. The ball was caught by Chandler. Williams was defending. The official says no, did not have control inbounds. It will be third. Or will it be second? Oh, that was second and 20. It will be third and 20.
Chandler had Williams beaten again. Fouts led the ball out of bounds where Chandler made a fine catch but ruled out of bounds. Williams very susceptible to the pass, even though they're playing very cautiously.
Turner, Nord, and Holloway check in. Here's a big down. Third and 20 at the Viking 37. Chandler and Joyner again to the right. Scales to the left. Winslow lines up to the right as well. Back goes Fouts to pass. This is a big down. He throws to the short man. He's open. Short of a first down, however, but within field goal range. Chandler caught it right over the middle. It is apparently short of a first down. I believe it is short of a first down. A Charger is injured on the play. It might be Chandler.
Chandler ran a deep break-in pattern, caught the ball, but then absorbed a tough hit by Tommy Hannon and almost shook the ball loose.
He's up, is Wes Chandler. Measurement for the down. Is it short? It is a first down. I thought it was short. First down at the Vikings 17-yard line. So Chandler knew exactly where he had to go, and he got it, Stu, on third and 20.
San Diego offense goes for broke. They think nothing of throwing the ball 20, 25 yards downfield. So even though their backs are against the wall with a third down situation, they're able to come back and get the needed yardage.
So first down, San Diego. The clock starts to run. Less than a minute and a half remaining in the first half. But San Diego very definitely has taken over control of this football game. Up to the line with two wide receivers to the left, Joyner and Scales. Now they have two running backs in the game. Joyner in motion to the right. Whoop! Something happened before the ball was snapped. Flags flying everywhere.
As you'll see, the Vikings changing up on defense. This time on first down, they go with 4 defensive linemen, Matt Blair, the only linebacker, and 6 defensive backs, trying to confuse and make Dan Fouts change his offensive thinking.
Whatever it was committed. An illegal procedure, I am sure, will be the signal. It's against San Diego. It'll cost them 5 yards back to the Viking 22-yard line. It stops the clock with 1:12 left in the half. Now, San Diego has all 3 timeouts remaining. Four-man front for the Vikings. Holloway's in the game. The 2 wide receivers come left. Turner and Teal move out with them. Let's see if they send Joyner in motion. Yes, he goes in motion to the right. Fouts drops back to pass. Has time, throws wide open. Winslow at the 15. Goes to the right to the 10. Penalty flag down. He's belted out of bounds inside the 5. But a penalty flag down, I think it's again against San Diego.
I think they'll call blocking downfield, which is illegal before the catch is made.
Penalty flag on the play.
That big Winslow, the tight end, was all the way down to the 2.5 or 3 yard line, but there's going to be another penalty against San Diego. Now that down started. That snap was made at the 22-yard line of the Vikings. Winslow still giving Chuck Heberling a lot of lip. I don't know how he could see what happened. He was the farthest man down away from it. 1 minute and 3 seconds now left in the half. Ball goes back to the 32-yard line, a 10-yard penalty. Let's see what happened this time. Offensive interference was the signal. The score is 14-14. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WNAX, Yankton, 430, 65 degrees.
1st and 25 as Fouts drops back to pass. Deep drop back, has time, throws, it is caught. My goodness, he's getting receivers open. This is the 15 or 16-yard line. Dwight Scales, who caught the touchdown pass a moment ago, 57 seconds showing on the clock. Not enough for a first down, of course. It's going to be a second down and about 8.
The Chargers are having great success now running crossing patterns across the middle on a Viking defense, which is playing deep and very cautiously against the pass. Fouts just really reads the receivers as they come from right to left across the field, hitting them when he sees the open lane between the defensive backs and the linebackers.
Whatever, San Diego has suddenly come alive here in the latter portion of the second quarter. Ignited apparently when Dwight Scales caught the 60-yard touchdown pass on 3rd and long yardage as he took the ball away from Willie Teal and went in for the touchdown. Now we have 57 seconds left. San Diego has 2 timeouts remaining, although the scoreboard reflects they still have 3, but they have 2 timeouts remaining. It'll be 2nd and 8 at the Viking 15-yard line. But this is a very sophisticated passing attack that the San Diego Chargers have. They really get receivers open.
Although they had a slow start, Fouts, the veteran quarterback, very poised, just keeps hanging in there. I think he was a little taken back that the Vikings used some different looks on defense, which they haven't used before. Now it seems maybe he's figured the Viking defense out and is going with plays that will combat that different look defense.
Definitely within field goal range at the moment are the Chargers. 2nd and 8 at the Viking 15, moving right to left. 57 seconds left in the half. Joyner goes right. Scales comes left. Big Winslow lines up as the tight end on the left side. There are 2 running backs in the game. Fouts drops back to pass. He has time. He's a lot of time. He throws for the end zone. It was dropped in the end zone by the defender. And that time Fouts made a huge mistake, and he got away with it because Tommy Hannon couldn't hold on to the ball about 5 yards deep in the end zone.
Fouts threw the ball directly into the heart of the Viking coverage. Hannon had the ball. The ball was up in the air, almost fell right back into the arms of Tommy Hannon on the ground. Would have been a big interception to take away any chance of points for the Chargers.
Now it's 3rd down. Capoletti goes out. Muncie is in. Chandler is in. They'll go with 3 wide receivers plus Winslow. 3rd and 8 at the Viking 15. Big play coming up. Fouts drops back to pass, looking left, has time, throws to his short man, Joyner at the 15. He's going to be pinned down at the 13-yard line, a gain of only about 2 yards. It'll be 4th down. Benerska will try to put San Diego on top.
Number 25, first off.
Ed Luther will be the holder. Rolf Benerska will try to give San Diego a 3-point edge. 30 seconds now left in the half. Maybe they'll let it run down and then call a timeout. 25 seconds left in the half. 17 seconds left on the 30-second clock. 18 seconds left in the half. This will be a 31-yard attempt from the left hash mark. The holder's ready. The ball is down. The kick is up. It is not good. It was wide to the right. So the Vikings dodge a bullet. That plus 2 big penalties against the Chargers. And as a result, with 7 seconds left in the half, the Vikings will have the football and will still be tied. A most unusual first half, Stu.
It really has been. The Vikings have played good football. They've given up the 2 big plays, both on an offensive play and a defensive play. The Chargers now are coming on strong, but that field goal, which would have put them in the lead, was something that could come back to haunt them.
So the Vikings have the football. 7 seconds left in the half. They will go with no wide receivers. I am sure they'll just be content to run out the clock. Let's see. Yep, Kramer takes the snap, falls down on it, and that's the final play of a most unusual first half. 2 seconds, 1 second. There's the end of the first half. The score: the Vikings 14, the Chargers 14. Well, we've had a very unusual first half. I am sure that when the statistics come around, that it will show the Vikings have by far the greater yardage. It will also show that the Vikings made some critical mistakes. It appeared the Vikings would be the first to get on the scoreboard when they were down to the San Diego 20-yard line, but on 2nd and 12, that threat was thwarted when Willie Buchanan intercepted Tommy Kramer. The first score of the game, when a Tommy Kramer pass was batted in the air by an on-rushing defensive lineman, Gary Johnson. He not only batted it in the air, he caught it and ran it down to the Viking 2-yard line. And on second down, Chuck Muncie scored. It was 7-0. The Vikes came back to tie it at 7, went ahead 14-7. But then the game was tied when a critical mistake was made by the Viking defense. On long yardage, 3rd and long, San Diego's Dan Faust hung a ball in the air, a deep, deep pass. Willie Teal apparently had excellent position on the intended receiver, Dwight Scales, but Scales took the ball away from him, fell to the turf without any contact being made, was able to scramble up from about the Vikings 6 or 7 yard line and move in for the tying touchdown. Bernerska promptly tied it. San Diego then, apparently suddenly revived by that turn of events, moved to what appeared to be an almost certain 3rd touchdown, but 2 costly penalties against San Diego moved them to a point of where they had to try a field goal from fairly close range. But their kicker, Rolf Bernerska, just plain missed it off to the right. The Vikings dodged a bullet, and we have a 14-14 score at halftime. We'll have more on the halftime huddle after this word.
We've had a wild and woolly first half, except for 2 plays, the Vikings in domination. Total first downs, Vikings 17, Chargers 6. Third down efficiency, Vikings 3 for 5, 60%, with the Chargers failing 3 for 8, 37.5. Total net yards, Minnesota 227 yards, the Chargers 180. Total offensive plays, the Vikings 42, the Chargers 29. Net yards rushing, 65 for the Vikings, 19 for the Chargers. Net yards passing, 162 for the Vikings, 161 for the Chargers. Passing, Tommy Kramer, 13 for 22, but with 2 interceptions. Dan Faust, 10 for 21, no interceptions. The punting, Greg Coleman again having a fine year. 2 punts, averaging 51.5 yards. Chargers 4 punts, 41.3 yards. There's been numerous penalties, numerous important penalties. The Vikings 1 penalty for 10 yards. The Chargers 6 penalties for 52 yards. There's been no fumbles. Teddy Brown, 16 carries, 58 yards, leads the rushing. The passing, Joe Sensor, 6 catches for 76 yards, leads the passing, except for the big 60-yard completion to Dwight Scales for the touchdowns and interception by defensive tackle Gary Johnson. The Vikings have outplayed the Chargers. So in the second half, we'll just have to see what the Vikings will come out with. They've used different formations, different approaches to the game, and also have played good, fundamentally sound defense, except for a couple of lapses. We have numerous scores. Pittsburgh to win over Cleveland 13-7. Los Angeles 37, Atlanta 35, Philadelphia over New Orleans 31-14, Houston over Seattle 35-17, Tampa Bay a big win over Green Bay 21-10.
The teams are back on the field. We'll have the start of the second half in just a moment. One thing, Stu, that I learned at halftime, not that it's necessarily a fact because people say so, but I talked to a number of people from San Diego, pretty much representing a San Diego point of view, and they said that on the touchdown pass from Faust to Scales, that Scales pushed off on Willie Teal to such a degree that the people down at that end of the press area were absolutely laughing because they couldn't believe that the officials wouldn't call it. And again, this is from basically San Diego sympathizers.
Minnesota fans certainly won't laugh about something like that. Very reminiscent of the Drew Pearson apparent push-off on Knight Wright, which cost the Vikings a playoff check in 1975.
At any rate, for those of you who join us along the way, we'll tell you that this kickoff is about to be fielded by Marty McDowell. Fumbles it, picks it up to the 3, goes to the 5, and he's going to be hit down around the 15-yard line, playing in place of Eddie Payton, who injured a knee in the first half, and we were told then he would not return, and he has not returned. So the Vikings, who very definitely controlled the football in the first half, to the extent of running from scrimmage 42 plays to the Chargers 29. So it's a 14-14 game, and the Vikes will start moving left to right from their own 15-yard line.
The Vikings used a lot of different offense in the first half. It's interesting to see if they have some more in the arsenal, and if San Diego has found the defense to stop the very potent Viking offense.
Rashad and White to the right. Young and Brown in the backfield behind Kramer. Sammy White in motion to the left. Kramer back to pass on first down. Good protection. Steps up in the pocket, throws on a run, complete to Sammy White. He's at the 15, cuts back to the middle of the 20, comes out to the 24-yard line. Good gain of about 8 yards before tackled by cornerback Mike Williams. Sammy White.
Tackle by number 29, Mike Williams.
As Tommy Kramer that time was getting some pressure at the end and stepped up into the pocket to complete the pass to Sammy White.
Tommy felt pressure, limping a little bit after a hit, after releasing that pass on that tender knee that he has. He's playing the first time without the brace on the knee.
Gain to the 24. Second down, a little less than 2 for a first down. Kramer sends Rashad to the left this time and White to the left. Sent to the tight end on the right side. Kramer gives, up the middle, Teddy Brown struggles and didn't get much beyond the line of scrimmage in the grasp of Louis Kelcher, so I don't believe it'll be a first down. It's going to be third and about a yard for a first down.
Louis Kelcher with a big defensive play just walked the offensive guard back into Teddy Brown. At 6'5" and 275 pounds, he has the strength to clog up that middle.
So Vikes are faced with third and a little bit less than 2 for a first down at their own 24-yard line. Second half just underway, 14-14. 3 wide receivers. This means one of them is Spencer. He's wide to the right. Back is Kramer to pass. Waits, throws, incomplete. He tried to hit Teddy Brown. Pass well off target. It's 4th down. So the Vikes are unable to move the ball on their first possession. They had a 2nd and 2 and wound up without a first down. And it's punt formation time for Coleman and punt reception time for Wes Chandler.
On that play, man-to-man coverage, Spencer, Sammy White, and Teddy Brown on the right side of the field, all covered man-on-man. Couldn't get the man open.
Chandler will have a 2-man convoy back. One of them, Pete Shaw. Huff will snap the ball to Coleman. Good pass in center. Good kick away. Quite high. Chandler, fair catch. 32-yard line of San Diego. So a good punt. No return. Now let's see what the San Diego offense has. In the latter stages of the second quarter, Fouts was able to get receivers open seemingly with ease.
The Vikings went into the game trying to change up defenses to confuse Fouts. He was very flat in the first half. I think the defense had something to do with it, but near the end of the second quarter came alive and had receivers open very easily.
New left cornerback, John Turner. Teal stays at right corner. Williams is out of the game. First down, San Diego, 1 setback. Off to the left, Muncie trying to get outside. Good cut, 38-yard line. Gain of about 5 or 6 yards on first down for Chuck Muncie. The Chargers had very little in the way of a running attack in the first half, gaining just 19 yards rushing versus the Vikings 65. Gain of about 6 yards for Muncie, 2nd and 4 at the San Diego 38-yard line. Scales goes right, Chandler comes left, Winslow, the tight end, is on the left side. The other tight end is on the right side. Here's a give, up the middle, Muncie. Duck White has him in his grasp at the 40. It'll be 3rd and 2. Help from Studwell. And Seaman. And Mullaney. 3rd down, 2. 3rd and 2, San Diego at the Charger 40. 14-14 is the score. Each team led in the first half, 7-0 San Diego, 14-7 Vikings. Bernershka missed a field goal seconds before the end of the first half. Scales to the right, Joyner to the left. The tight end Winslow is on the right side. Back to pass is Fouts. Throws, and it is caught by Joyner. First down. Got away from Willie Teal. First down at the Viking 40-yard line.
Charlie Joyner, 13-year veteran working against Willie Teal, who was in his first NFL full season. Charlie Joyner able to make the good, precise move on Teal, leave him 3 steps off the ball and get the reception.
Ken Sanders checks in place of Mark Mullaney at defensive left end. So the drive stays alive for San Diego. First down at the Viking 40. 1 setback, Muncie. Fouts drops back to pass, looks right, throws right, pass is completed. A hit almost immediately by Turner. I mean, a big hit on Scales out wide to the right, and there was a short gain on the play from the 40 of the Vikings to the Viking 37. But Turner really put a hit on Scales.
Coach Jim Carr, the defensive back, feels that John Turner has to be in the lineup. He's a fine tackler, also can come up with interception. Walt Williams has done a fine job filling in for John Turner, but John Turner is a good defensive cornerback and needs to be in the ball game on passing teams like the San Diego Chargers.
And right then, Williams replaces Turner at left corner. Second down 7, San Diego, Viking 37. 14-14, early third quarter. Here's a sweep to the left by Muncie. Gets a little bit of running room, breaks a tackle, 35, 30, 20, down to the 15-yard line. A fine run by Muncie down to the Viking 15-yard line, and the Chargers are on the move. This drive started at their own 32 after a punt by Coleman.
Cornerback Willie Teal that time did not read run fast enough. He was covering the wide receiver far downfield, although Muncie was running with the football, did not come up to force that play. As a result, Muncie had an apparent easy run around the left end.
So first down San Diego at the Viking 15. Scales to the right, Joyner to the left. One setback, Muncie. Spouts drops back to pass. Being rushed, throws, and it is incomplete at the 5-yard line. A big hit just as Spouts released the ball. He tried to hit Joyner at the 5-yard line, but Joyner was really hit hard as the ball arrived there, and now Capoletti checks into the backfield. It'll be second down and 10 at the Viking 15.
Scott Studwell laid a forearm into the jaw of Charlie Joyner to break up that pass. Charlie, 13-year veteran, is not afraid to go in the middle, and although he was pushed around pretty good on that play, be sure you'll see him in the middle in one of the next few plays.
Scales and Joyner go to the right. Capoletti along with Muncie in the backfield. Second down 10. Spouts drops back. He has time. Pumps once, and down he goes behind the line at the 20. That's the first time that Spouts has actually been sacked. He's been hurried. He's been harried. The first time he's been dropped. 3-yard loss. 5-yard loss. It'll be third and 15, and Chandler goes into the game.
Spouts, the veteran quarterback, saw no one open. Rather than throw the ball up for grabs, risk an interception, calmly lowered himself to the turf and accepted the sack.
Now the Vikes make those familiar changes. They bring in Holloway, bring in Nord, bring in Turner. Now San Diego has 3 wide receivers, actually 4 if you count Winslow. Back goes Spouts to pass, has a lot of time, throws to the end zone, and it is incomplete. The receiver was there. Scales got outside on a flag pattern of Teal, but Spouts was off target. It's fourth down. Benershka will again try to break the tie with a field goal attempt. Now, this will be an attempt of about 37 yards, I would say, 37 or 38 yards, with 9:48 left in the third quarter, and the score tied at 14. It will be closer to a 39-yard attempt. Reserve quarterback Ed Luther will hold from the left hash mark. Benershka, a side saddle soccer-style kicker. The snap, the ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. And San Diego regains the lead. The score is 17-14 San Diego. We'll be back with more play-by-play in a minute. McDowell in the middle off to our left, ready for the kickoff from Rolf Benershka. To his right, Harrell. To his left, Keith Nord. 9:43 left, third quarter. The ball was just blown off the tee. Next week, at the Met, the Philadelphia Eagles. Benershka ready. There's the whistle. Yep, the ball fell off the tee as he came forward. It just fell off the tee as he came forward. The score is 17-14. San Diego leading. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is your big friend for news, weather, and sports. WNAX, Yankton. 64 degrees at 5:03.
Well, we do it all over again. That ball ever fell off a tee, Stu, while his foot was in the process of going at the ball. He might have a disjointed knee. There's the kick, the high with beauty. McDowell at the 2, to his left to the 5, 15, dancing around, and he's hit down around the 15-yard line. Penalty flag down at the Viking 24-yard line. Hank Bauer again made the tackle, but we have a flag down. Did you detect any infractions, Stu?
Usually on those plays, there's holding penalties against receiving team as there was on that time. Hank Bauer, what he does so well is sprint down there and create havoc in that offensive wedge. He'll hit that with full speed, and although I'm sure some nights he comes home with a headache, he does the job more often than not.
Against the Vikings, half the distance to the goal, so the Vikings are in a hole back at their own 7-yard line. What did they do? Let's listen. Holding. We don't know about the number of the player because the referee's microphone does not work here at San Diego Stadium as far as the radio audience is concerned. So first down, Vikings from their own 7-yard line. This is the second possession of the second half. The first possession resulted in they had to give it away by way of a punt. San Diego came down to break the tie with a field goal. Kramer drops back to pass. Throws quickly. Rashad at the 15-yard line. Comes out to the 20. Spins out to the 25-yard line. Fine run by Rashad after grabbing that short pass. And it's a first down, Minnesota, and they get a little breathing room now.
Tommy Kramer developing into a fine quarterback. What I like about Tommy, he's not afraid to throw the ball in any location on the field, even backed up against his own end line. He'll still get back and throw a low percentage pass and complete it and get the Vikings out of danger.
Tommy came up limping on that banged up left knee, still limping as he comes up behind center Dennis Swilly. Two receivers to the right this time. Vikings moving left to right. Back goes Kramer to pass. He has time. Throws to the short man, and it's Ricky Young over the middle out to the 32-yard line. Gain of about 7. Underneath the coverage, Ricky Young, the former Charger, gets a 7-yard gain. So Kramer comes out firing. Tommy is still limping heavily.
Tommy's playing the first game without the brace, and earlier in the first half, we saw that he was hit after releasing a ball. We hope he hasn't re-injured that knee, but he is definitely limping.
Second down, 3 at the Viking 32-yard line. The sun was hiding. Now it's back out again. Rashad to the left, working against Mike Williams. Sammy White to the right, working against the rookie Walt Henderson. I formation. Fake to Teddy Brown. Kramer comes back, and he throws down and out of bounds at the near sideline. Wanted to hit Spencer, but it pretty well sailed on him. And Tommy again is limping. Pretty good rush by Louis Kelcher that time. It will be third down and 3 at the Viking 32-yard line.
What we saw there, they had a throwback pattern as they used last week in the Bear game. After catching so many passes in the first half, that time Joe Spencer had double coverage.
Ricky Young will go out of the game. Terry LeCount will replace him. Vikings third and 3 at their own 32. 8:08 left third quarter, 17-14 San Diego. The only setback is Teddy Brown. He's lined up behind the left tackle, Steve Riley. Kramer looks around, takes the snap, drops back to pass. Throws on the run for Spencer. He fell down and caught it at the San Diego 45-yard line. What a catch! A falling catch by Spencer and a big first down at the San Diego 45.
Joe Spencer caught the ball in what we call the seam. That's in between the zone defense where the defense is the most vulnerable. Tommy Kramer rolling out, threw the ball on the run perfectly to Joe, who had tripped up a little bit and caught the ball as he was falling.
And Tommy now limping. Oh, is he limping heavily on that left knee. Ricky Young checks into the backfield. LeCount will go out. The Vikes have a first down at the San Diego 45. 7.5 minutes left third quarter. San Diego leading 17-14. Rashad comes to the right. Sammy White comes to the right. Young lines up to the left of Teddy Brown. And there's Ricky Young up the middle, picking his way, and he gets only about a yard to the 44.
Number 34, Ricky Young.
It'll be second down and 9.
Picked up a yard. Get on the tackle, number 90, John Woodcock.
Now San Diego will bring in an additional defensive back, Alan Ellis, the former Chicago Bear. They take out the linebacker Horn. The Vikes counter by bringing in the third wide receiver, Terry LeCount. Second and 9, Vikings, 44-yard line of San Diego. Rashad and White go off to the left, the wide side of the field. LeCount comes to the near side, working against Alan Ellis. The lone setback is Teddy Brown. And here's Teddy Brown, and here's a reverse. And Terry LeCount getting outside to the left. Got a super block. He's at the 45, the 40, the 35, the 30, and out of bounds around the 26-yard or 7-yard line. Woo, what a block. Was that Swilly that put the big block on number 79, Gary Johnson?
They started out with a reverse. Swilly and Steve Riley pulled back. Dennis Swilly put a crushing block on Gary Johnson. Also, Steve Riley came back and put a good block on Woody Lowe. A well set up play. They start to sweep to the right, come back with a reverse. Caught the backside of the San Diego defense napping.
First down Vikings, 26.5-yard line of San Diego. 6:34 left to play, third quarter. 3 wide receivers, 1 setback Brown. Kramer drops back, throws the ball, it's caught. I don't know whether there was no reaction by the defense or whether it's a touchdown or not. I think it is to Terry LeCount.
No one covered Terry LeCount.
Wasn't set at all, and Larry LeCount was wide open, and the San Diego defense was totally flat-footed. There was no reaction at all. It was as if they said, well, we heard a whistle.
That looked like the old lonesome end trick. Terry LeCount was not covered. San Diego defense not ready to play football. Confused, maybe thought the play should not have been called, but Vikings very wisely get a touchdown on a play I've never seen before.
There was absolutely no reaction by any defender that I saw, and LeCount was all alone. And Tommy Kramer hit him. Nord will hold. Huff will snap. Danmar will try to put point 21 on the board for Minnesota. The snap, the ball is down, the kick is up. It's good. So the Vikings on a very unusual play lead, 21-17. Now this from Chevrolet. Warming up. For the Vikings, Wade Wilson is warming up. Now, we told you in that last drive by the Vikings, Tommy Kramer was limping heavily after every play. Now, whether he's able to continue or not, we don't know, but rookie quarterback Wade Wilson is warming up, taking snaps from Greg Coleman across the field behind the Viking bench. Danmar ready to kick. Wes Chandler, speedy return man, off to our right at the 3-yard line of San Diego to receive. 6:28 remaining third quarter. There's the kick. Not too deep. It's going to be fielded by Pete Shaw on the left sideline. Now he cuts to his right, trying to get to the outside. He's at the 25, and is he racked by Randy Holloway at the 26-yard line. I think if he'd have kept to the outside, he might have had bigger yardage, but he tried to cut back to the middle, and Holloway was waiting.
A 92-yard drive for the Vikings on that last touchdown. Very controversial last play. Caught the Charger defense not prepared to play football. Terry LeCount was never even attempted to be covered. And as a result, it was just an easy throw and catch for a big touchdown to put the Vikings back in the lead.
Joyner to the right, Scales to the left. Winslow a yard deep in the backfield. They have 2 tight ends in the game and 1 running back. Fouts drops back to pass inside the 20. Throws off to the right. It is complete to Muncie, and he gets away from 2 tacklers along the far sideline. Oh, my. Both Studwell and Blair. Now, that doesn't figure to happen. Blair had him around the 29-yard line. Studwell hit him at the 30, and he's able to spin up to around the 39-yard line on a first down.
Many times what will happen to defensive performers, they will figure they're going to be saved by the sidelines and just merely content to push the receiver out of bounds. That time, Muncie kept in bounds, and Studwell and Blair bounced off.
First down, San Diego, Charger 39-yard line. Back goes Fouts. He has ball batted high in the air, and it falls behind the line incomplete. One of the Vikings got a hand up. Might have been Matt Blair. It's going to be second down. I don't know if Mark Mullaney was injured or not, but he was replaced some time ago by Ken Sanders, the veteran defensive left end, and he's still in there. Now Seaman checks into the lineup, and Holloway goes out. So it'll be a 3-man front and 4 linebackers now for the Vikings. San Diego facing a 2nd and 10 at the Charger 39-yard line. Chandler lines up to the left now. He just replaced Scales. Out to the right is Joyner. Winslow, the tight end, lines up in the backfield. Fouts back to pass. Has time. He throws. It's intended for Chandler, and it's incomplete. Around the Viking 40-yard line at the near sideline, Keel was covering. The pass was overthrown. So every third down now becomes a big one. 3rd and long. 3rd and 10, San Diego 39-yard line.
Dan Fouts certainly not as sharp as he's been on different occasions. That time had Wes Chandler again working against Willie Teal, who seems to be the victim of a lot of Fouts passes. Chandler was open. Fouts could not get him the ball.
So 3rd and 10 as San Diego comes up to the line with 3 wide receivers. Chandler to the left, Joyner to the left, Scales to the right. Winslow's in the lineup. Fouts drops back. He has time. Steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle. Wide open. Chandler at the Viking 40. Going to be wrestled down by Teal, but a big first down. And Chandler is really giving Willie Teal a lesson.
Willie Teal playing very cautiously on the right corner for the Vikings, giving Chandler a lot of room to run. Chandler merely drives him off the ball, then hooks into the open area and is wide open. Fouts delivers the ball with perfect rhythm, and Chandler not only catches the ball, but has room to run.
First down, San Diego at the Viking 40. 5:25 left third quarter. Vikings leading 21-17. One setback, two tight ends, two wide receivers. Fouts gives to Muncie, trying to get outside to the left, but he has nothing going for him this time. He'll get short yardage to about the 38-yard line, but Studwell was waiting for him. Ken Sanders was waiting. Fred McNeil was waiting. Curtin off out of his safety spot. Gain of 2, second down 8.
As sophisticated as the San Diego passing attack is, their running attack is almost ridiculously basic. They run a basic sweep, a basic dive up the middle, and have shown no traps or confusing blocking. They have a very basic attack, which is easy for the Vikings to stop.
Still just Muncie, the setback. Second and 8, Viking 38. Back goes Fouts. Throws, and it is caught by Joyner. He's going to score.
Charlie Joyner, that same 13-year veteran, gave Willie Teal, the rookie, a lesson on how to play defense. Burned him to the inside of the post. The safeties did not come over to help out, and as a result, Joyner caught the ball, broke a tackle, and got in the end zone.
So, 38 yards, Fouts to Joyner. So, just like that, back into the lead, 23-21. San Diego. Luther now will hold, and Bernerska will try to give San Diego a 3-point edge with 4:32 left in the third quarter. So maybe that 100-pass, 4-hour game is still in the offing. That's what Bud Grant predicted. The snap, the ball is down, the kick is up. It's good. The score now, Chargers 24, Vikings 21. We'll have more Vikings football after this message. After a slow start, the San Diego offense in high gear, and Willie Teal is having a day he'll long remember, Stu.
Charlie Joyner can give any defensive back a tough day, but Willie Teal especially is being worked over but good today.
Bernerska comes to the ball. Very high. McDowell off to our left, fields it at the Viking 5. Goes off to his left at the 10, 15, 20, and down at the 25-yard line. So that's where the Viking offense now. Maybe the only way for the Vikings to win this game is to control the football totally. I mean, totally.
Well, they've been doing an excellent job offensively. They had some new and varied things that we haven't even seen this year, doing a super job, but the Chargers seem to come up with the big play, the touchdown play, the big interception, and they've been living and, as a result, have the lead because of just big plays.
Tommy Kramer will be the quarterback, although he's still limping slightly as he comes into the Viking huddle. Vikes moving left to right from their own 26-yard line in this seesaw game that has San Diego leading 24-21. Rashad left, Sammy White right. Spencer in the backfield comes in motion to the right. Back goes Kramer on first down to pass. He has time. He throws wide open. Teddy Brown, 45, 50. San Diego 40, cuts to his left to the 30. He's at the 20, the 15, the 10-yard line.
Nobody covered Teddy Brown again. I got to think the San Diego defense, if they're gambling, they've got burned 2 for 2, but if they're not, somebody has missed an assignment twice. And as a result, the Vikings move effortlessly down the field.
Teddy Brown comes up limping. 2 defensive backs come up limping. I think Teddy Brown might be winded more than anything else.
And also surprised. It's a nice feeling to catch the ball and see nothing but open space ahead.
Teddy Brown will leave limping on his right leg, and Tony Galbraith will make his first appearance of the game. First down, the ball length of the football shy of the San Diego 10-yard line. We still have a lot of football left. 3.5 minutes of the third quarter. Rashad and White to the right. Kramer gives. Galbraith left side. He's dumped at the line of scrimmage. Somebody got an arm out. Looks like linebacker Woody Lowe. No gain. Second down, just short of the San Diego 10-yard line.
Don Coryell brought Jack Pardee, who had been a head coach at Washington and the Chicago Bears, in to shore up this defense. Today, we've seen some glimpses of brilliance by the defense, but more often than not, they've had shoddy tackling and also missed assignments.
Washington has defeated the Bears 24-7. Vikes ready to go. Second down. Kramer back to pass. Has protection. Has time. Throws the ball batted at the line of scrimmage. That might have been John Woodcock, the defensive end who got his arms up. It'll be third down And a big play coming up for the Vikings, and Teddy Brown comes back to the huddle.
John Woodcock did block that ball. He was not figuring in on the pass rush, but instead was in the middle of the field and just jumped up. Tommy is attempting to throw that ball over the middle, and Woodcock just got in his line of fire.
Now Terry LeCount comes in. Ricky Young will go out. So the Vikes on third down at the San Diego 10 and a half actually, will go with 3 wide receivers. 2:43 left in the third quarter, and is this capacity crowd alive now? Spencer moves a yard into the backfield. Kramer drops back to pass. Getting pressure, throws. Spencer couldn't quite hold on. He was being grabbed by Willie Buchanan, but no call.
That probably evens things up in the official's mind, because that time Spencer had one-on-one coverage with a linebacker who was beaten. He grabbed the shirt of Joe Spencer, pulling him to the ground, and then when Joe was about to receive the ball, pulled him again. As things happen, maybe they're retaliating for that pass that Joe Spencer tramped down the line, but obvious interference.
All right. Nord now will hold, and Danmar will try to tie it up on a 29-yard field goal attempt from the left hash mark. 2:39 left to play, third quarter. That was a terrible, really such an obvious call that was missed. There's the kick. It's good. We have a tie. 2:35 left, third quarter. 24-24. Maybe the last team that has it will be the one that wins. Do you know that of 125 million children born this year, 12 million are unlikely to reach the age of 1. Another 6 million will die before the age of 5. We invite you to join Irv Cross, the former outstanding professional player and now CBS sports commentator, also the Viking players and wives, on October 30th at the Hyatt Regency, a night of entertainment to support research in childhood diseases. We look forward to sharing the evening with you. For tickets, 935-4399.
Highlights of today's game and outstanding Chargers players.
So far, we've seen a lot of different formations.
Channel 10.
A lot of different offense by the Vikings. That time, it came down to one-on-one coverage. Woody Lowe and Joe Spencer. Woody Lowe was not called for an interference. As a result, the Vikings had to settle for a field goal.
I think it was Willie Buchanan, the cornerback. It was Willie Buchanan who grabbed Joe Spencer, and I guess everybody here in the stadium saw it except the official or officials in question. At any rate, it's a 24-24 game, and Danmar is ready to kick off. Oh, I'll tell you, I might be tempted if I were a Viking offensive coach right now to call for an onside kick and hope that the offense can get the ball back, because this San Diego offense is really in high gear, and Willie Teal has been mainly the one victimized as far as the Viking defense is concerned. But we shall see what we shall see. Danmar holds up the right arm. Chandler off to our right at the 5, awaiting the kickoff. There's the kick. Chandler off to his left, will field it at the 6-yard line. Up the left side, cuts back to the right to the 15, gets away from one tackler. He's at the 20, and he is collared at the 26-yard line. So, onto the field comes the San Diego offense. Now, Faust has not been intercepted, but I will say in all honesty, he has thrown some passes that could well have been intercepted.
He has forced the ball on a couple of occasions. The Vikings had a chance to make the interception. Tommy Hannon at one time could have killed the drive with an interception, but he more often than not will read the correct coverage and throw the ball to the open man.
Mulaney back in the game at defensive left end, a 3-man front. Winslow in motion to the left after going to the right for a step. Faust back to pass on first down, has a lot of time, goes off to the right. It is complete and out of bounds immediately. Eric Sievers, the tight end, at the 30-yard line. Gain about 4 yards, between 3 and 4.
Faust will tease you with the short pass, that time to Eric Sievers, a tight end who really is the blocking tight end in the Chargers scheme of things. Very much underneath the coverage. The Vikings, I'm sure, will give the Chargers the 4- and 5-yard pass because they can't be burned anymore with the 15- to 20-yard pass downfield.
Second down, 7 at the San Diego 30. Chandler to the right, Joyner to the left. 2:19 left, third quarter. Sievers went out of bounds to stop the clock. Faust drops back, looks right, fakes. He's going over the middle, and it is caught by Winslow at midfield on a first down at the Viking 48. Faust fakes to the right, threw right over the middle. Big Winslow, the target, first down, Viking 48-yard line, and here we go again, Stu.
Dan Faust is a great quarterback. That time he had Wes Chandler on a stop and go. The play was read by the Viking quarterback. Had to come off Chandler, switched right over to Winslow, who was open in the middle and got him the ball. These things have to be done within a couple of seconds, and Fouts does it as good as anybody.
First down, San Diego, Viking 48-yard line. Williams comes in. Holloway comes in. Let's see what he does on first down. He sends Winslow to the left and drops back to pass. What else? Steps up in the pocket. He's going to run. He's at the 45, the 40, and down at the 40-yard line for a gain of 8. Brought down by Holloway and Blair.
Number 14, Dan
Fouts very, very seldom runs with the football.
As you can probably tell why, Dan Fouts that time had running room to spare, was more anxious to get down to the ground, tried to put a move on Matt Blair, but he's paid to throw the football, not to run with it. He made kind of a limp leg move a la Sonny Jurgensen, then quickly got down to the ground.
8-yard gain, 2nd and 2, Viking 40. Vikes make defensive changes. They bring back the linebackers and go with a 3-man front. Off to the right, Muncy makes his cut. He's at the 45, he's at the 42 for another San Diego first down, and the Chargers are on the move again. This drive started at their own 26-yard line following a Viking kickoff. The score is tied at 24 apiece with only seconds left in the third quarter.
The most successful running play for the Chargers has been the sweep. That time they pulled 2 guards, Doug Wilkerson and Ed White, both a couple of 275-pounders, and they cleared a big hole for Muncy, who cut back up and got good yardage.
All right, let's see what Fouts does on first down at the Viking 31. 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, 1 running back. Muncy coming off to the left, cuts at the 30, and he's down to the 24-yard line. Muncy gets 7 yards. So Fouts now is keeping the Viking defense off balance, just as the Vikings were keeping the Charger defense off balance, and that's the end of the third quarter. The score, the Vikings 24, the Chargers 24. Is it my imagination, Stu Voight, that the Vikings have done less blitzing today than any time in recent weeks?
That's by design. The Vikings don't feel that you can blitz Dan Fouts. He has an excellent offensive line. Also, he is so adept of also using the 5 receivers and finding the open man. I think as well can be learned from the Vikings hitting Teddy Brown twice when the San Diego Chargers either had a blown coverage or were sending a blitzing linebacker. The percentages are against you blitzing an experienced quarterback who can find the open man.
Second down, 3, San Diego, Viking 24, as San Diego will now move from left to right. The Vikes will go with a 4-man front. They just brought in Holloway. Joyner goes left, working against Teal. Chandler to the right, working against Turner. Winslow lined up to the right. Fouts gives to Muncy, trying to get outside to the left, and he's going to be hit down short of a first down after a gain of about a yard at the 22.5-yard line.
That's the first draw play that the Chargers have run, with amazing the amount of passes they will throw, that more draws and screens are not mixed in. But their philosophy is just to throw the ball, and they'll rely on their excellent receivers to get open.
Ball spotted at the 22. It's 3rd and 1. We're in the opening minute of the fourth quarter of a 24-24 ball game. Joyner goes left. Chandler comes right. Fouts loves to throw on 3rd and short, but instead here's a sweep to the right by Muncy. He's at the 20 as a first down, the 15 to the 11-yard line. First down, San Diego at the Viking 11-yard line.
Another sweep by the Chargers. That time got excellent blocking from the tight end and also from Wes Chandler, who came in there and made a good block. What Muncy does is just keep the ball on the outside and head up when he finds he can turn the corner, and got the first down easily.
Muncy is replaced by Capoletti. First down, San Diego at the Viking 11. Joyner goes left. Chandler comes right. Teal and Turner are the cornerbacks. One setback, big Capoletti. The snap, Capoletti up the middle, picks his way, and he heads down to about the 7-yard line. It'll be a 4-yard gain and second down 6. It's now, it looks as if it were the last, say, 2 or 3 minutes of the game that San Diego were trying to use up the clock as they go to the ground instead of the air. They bring back in Muncy. They're going to keep Capoletti in.
Muncy's had a good second half after only 17 yards in the first half. Now on 14 carries, he already has 78 yards.
Second down and 6 at the Viking 7. Scales to the left, Joyner to the left. Capoletti and Muncy both in the backfield. Scales in motion to the right. Back to pass is Fouts. Throwing deep to the corner of the end zone, and it is incomplete, out of bounds. In the corner, he got away a bit from Teal, but he couldn't quite hold on. It's incomplete. It'll be third down. The score is 24-24. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification.
This is WNAX, Yankton, 531, 63 degrees.
Capoletti comes out. They'll go with the one running back. The Vikes make two defensive changes. They bring in Nord and Williams. So they'll have 6 defensive backs. Chandler goes left. Joyner goes left. Scales will come right. It's 3rd and 6 at the Vikings 7. Big down, you better believe it. Back goes Fouts to pass. He throws to the short man Winslow, and he's going to be tackled around the 1-yard line. Might be a first down. Tackle made by Knopf, among others. Let's see if it's a first down. Winslow again turns out to be a key man. There's going to be a measurement here for the down around the 1-yard line. 12:44 left in the game as Fouts went to the air and once again found his favorite target, Kellen Winslow. Here's the measurement. It is short by inches. 4th down. What do you do? They're going for the touchdown. They bring in Capoletti, Severs, they bring in another tight end, Pete Holohan. The ball is right on the 1-yard line. It is 4th and inches. 12:44 left in the game, 24-24. San Diego came up to the line. Now the Chargers go back into a huddle because the chains weren't placed down properly along the near sideline. All right. The Viking defense is set. No wide receivers. Fouts is under center. Takes the snap. He sneaks forward. Did he make it? I don't know. I think his forward progress will be enough that he'll have a first down 6 inches away from the goal line, if I read the official correctly, Stu.
It all depends on the marking. He got some forward progress, then was immediately pushed back, so I think he'll have enough for the first down.
It appeared that way to me, but let's wait for the measurement. We'll have another measurement, but I do believe he has the first down. If so, they'll have 4 downs to make about 1.5 feet. Capacity crowd at San Diego's Jack Murphy Stadium. The chains are stretched, and it is a first down.
By the length of the football, the Chargers get a first down with only about 1.5 feet to go, so you say football is a game of inches. That time there, it was proved.
12:24 left. And the Chargers are 1.5 feet away from breaking a 24-24 tie. San Francisco in the 4th quarter is leading Dallas 45-7. I wouldn't have believed it. All right, again, no wide receivers for San Diego. Capoletti and Muncy, the running backs. Fouts ready for the snap. Sneaks forward. He didn't make it, at least no signal from any of the officials. Chuck Muncy signals touchdown, but he doesn't count. He did not make it. No gain. It'll be 2nd and goal. It's obvious here that San Diego does not want to risk a fumble, and of course in Muncy they have a player in the game with a broken hand and a cast on that hand.
But I don't think also you want to risk your quarterback running quarterback sneak after quarterback sneak. I'm sure that isn't Dan Fouts' favorite play, and I'm sure after being tattooed by Duck White twice in a row, he might have second thoughts about sneaking again, but it looks like he will sneak the ball again.
All right, here we go again, 2nd and goal. Fouts sneaks again, and no signal yet. Big pileup around the goal line. Still no signal for a touchdown. In fact, I think the linesman marked the ball about 6 inches shy of the goal line. Yep, 3rd and goal.
This has got to hurt Fouts' rushing average. I don't know if he prides himself in being able to run the ball, but after that fine 10-yard run at midfield, all of a sudden he's had 3 shots for less than 6 inches.
All right, 3rd and goal. He has two big running backs in there, Capoletti and Muncie. So far, they've been window dressing in this attempt to score from a foot and a half out.
I think out of the eye this time we will see Muncie carry the ball.
Capoletti is up close. Muncie deep. And Muncie dives. Did he get in? No, he didn't. No, he did not. It's going to be fourth down. Muncie went high into the air. He did not make it. He did not make it. It is fourth down. Now what do you do, Don Coryell? Do you go for three? One thing for sure, the time's running off the clock here, Stu.
Knowing Don Coryell, I'm sure he's just a little bit excited at this moment. He's an excitable coach, to say the least, but three shots from within the 1 yard line and coming up in the same spot every time is not his type of football.
Okay, they're going to go for the touchdown. It's about a foot and a half away. They lost about a foot. Fouts is ready. To the outside comes Muncie, and he scores.
They probably should have done that in the first place.
So San Diego breaks the log jam and goes into the lead, 30-24, with 10:47 left in the game. Great goal line stand for the Vikings, but it goes for naught as Muncie goes into the end zone.
Although Muncie is a big back, I'm sure he'd rather run the ends, and that's what he does so well, to glide out there to the right then when he sees the opening to cut in, and he's much more effective on the outside as he is on the inside.
Now it'll be San Diego with Luther holding. A Viking is down in the end zone. Just now spotted him. Someone with a number 5 down on one knee in the end zone, so this will be a slight delay before we have it. Scott Studwell. Studwell receiving attention. Slight delay before we have the extra point attempt by San Diego to try and go back in front by 7. We've had 54 points scored and 10:47 still left to play in the game. Nope, it's Matt Blair. It was not Studwell, Matt Blair. But he's up and walking off and appears to be okay. Yeah, he's trotting now, so he'll be all right. Okay, Luther to hold the sub-quarterback. Rolf Bernerska will try the extra point. Now the ball's declared ready for play with 10:47 left in the game. Bernerska poised. The snap, ball is down, the kick is up. It's good. San Diego by 7. San Diego 31. Minnesota 24. We'll have more Vikings football after this message. Can the Vikings come back? Marty McDowell will be the middleman on the kick return unit again, the deep man. He'll be flanked by Sam Harrell on the right and Keith Nord on the left. If you joined us late, we'll tell you again, Eddie Payton sustained an injury to his knee in the first half and has not been back in action. Montreal has defeated Philadelphia 3-0. To win that series, the Dodgers are leading Houston 3-0 in the 7th inning in that game. All right. Bernerska ready. Off to our right is McDowell. Bernerska comes to the ball. McDowell at the 10, left side, to his right. Dancing around, trying to get outside to the right. He has great speed. He's being chased, however, and he'll be hit out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Good coverage by San Diego, so the Viking offense has 80 yards to travel.
Statistics so far in this aerial circus: Tommy Kramer, 19 for 31, 278 yards. Dan Fouts, 18 for 34, 283 yards. 65 passes thrown already in this game.
So Tommy Kramer will go to work leading the Viking offense right to left from the Viking 20-yard line. White and Rashad come out to the left. Young and Brown are the running backs. White in motion to the right. Kramer back to pass. Throws quickly, and it's caught by Rashad at the 27. Comes forward to the 30-yard line and might have a first down. In the grass are linebacker Woody Lowe and cornerback Mike Williams. But it's very close to a Viking first down.
Ahmad Rashad with his third reception not having a busy day because he's being given double coverage, but also Vikings have been very successful going to their tight end and going to their running back.
Up to the line come the Vikes. Rashad left, White to the right. Not quite a first down, a foot shy of a first down. Fumble. Kramer falls on it behind the line. It'll be at the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1. The snapback was not handled cleanly. It'll be 3rd and 1 at the Viking 29-yard line. 9:50 left to play in the game and the clock running. The Bears that lost today, that means that the Redskins recorded win number 1. The Vikes will bring in Brewer and Huffman. Take out the 2 wide receivers. They have the short yardage offense in. 31-24 San Diego. Mass defense. Kramer gives. Ricky Young puts his head down, coming off to the left. I don't think he made it. San Diego thought there was a fumble at the 29.5-yard line. There was no fumble, but the Vikes don't have a first down. And this could be costly. Tommy Kramer says we want to go for it. No signal that they're going to call for a measurement here. Apparently the officials decided it's not even close enough to call for a measurement. Looks about foot and a half short, but no. Tommy Kramer says, hey, let's have a measurement. It's short. And they also have Vikings take a timeout. Now that's unusual. That might be costly. That might be costly. Tommy Kramer wants to talk with the coaches. The score, 31-24 San Diego. Now this word from Chevrolet. The Vikes will go for the first down on 4th down and a foot shy of a first down at their own 29.5-yard line. 8:54 left in the game. Vikings down by 7. Mass defense. No wide receivers. Sensor lined up on the right. Sensor in motion to the left. And off to the left, Teddy Brown, and he has a first down at the 32-yard line. So first down, Vikings at their own 32-yard line, and the drive stays alive.
Good strategy by the Vikings. That time they put Sensor in motion from right to left. That loosens up the defense on the left side, enabling Teddy Brown to scoot this through there for the first down. A lot of times the defenses are bunched up there, tough to run the football, lending itself to the play-action pass.
8:25 left in the game. Vikings down by 7. Rashad and White come to the left. Sensor lined up on the right side on the line of scrimmage. White in motion to the right. Kramer back to pass. He has time. He's going deep for Sammy White, and it is incomplete at the 38-yard line of San Diego on the far sideline. That might have been something that was merely thrown to set up something else. Would you agree, Stu?
It was set up to go to Teddy Brown. Teddy Brown was cheated over in the backfield, almost behind the offensive tackle, had one-on-one coverage of the linebacker, who promptly came up and jammed him on the line of scrimmage. I'm sure they were trying to set up that play where Teddy Brown sneaks down the middle of the field, as he did on that 64-yard pass play earlier in the game.
On 2nd and 10 from the Viking 33, Terry LeCount checks in and Ricky Young goes out. The incomplete pass stopped the clock with 8:08 left in the game. White and Rashad to the right. LeCount to the left. LeCount being played very loosely by Allen Ellis. Kramer back to pass. He has time and he throws. LeCount has it on a diving catch at the 47-yard line for a first down of San Diego. Kelcher was putting pressure that time on Kramer, but he fired right on target to LeCount. First down Vikings, 46-yard line of San Diego.
Terry LeCount, a very important receiver because the Vikings use so much 3 receivers. Rashad and White, and now Sensor drawing special coverage, leaving Terry LeCount almost always with one-on-one coverage. That time he beat the coverage and found the open area and caught the football.
Kelcher comes out of the game limping, replaced by Jimmy Webb. First down Vikings, 46 of San Diego. 3 wide receivers, 1 setback Brown. Kramer drops back to pass, throws a quick one to LeCount. He has it inside the 40, falls down to the 37-yard line. It'll be a 9-yard gain and 2nd and 1. LeCount in the grasp of cornerback Mike Williams. Just a quick rhythm pass, down and out left. 2nd down, 1.5 for a first down. Time becoming important, of course. Less than 7 minutes will remain when the snap is made to Kramer. 31-24 in a seesaw battle. And Kramer now, I'm sure, is over that 300-yard mark in passing, is very close to it.
Tommy Kramer has 346 yards passing.
Wow. McDole goes to the right, Rashad to the left. White is out of the game. I formation. McDole in motion to the left. Kramer gives, Teddy Brown off to the left, trying to get to the outside, and he'll go out of bounds with a first down at the 35-yard line. One of the Vikings is down and a penalty flag down.
They'll have a penalty flag, unnecessary roughness. Teddy Brown was horse-collared there after he was pushed out of bounds. 15-yard penalty against the Chargers.
This will move the ball down to the Charger 20-yard line. Teddy wasn't even making any attempt to go downfield. He was perfectly content to go out of bounds and pick up the first down and stop the clock.
Ray, that's a perfect example of a dumb penalty. I'm sure that player will hear about that in the meeting tomorrow because that pushes the Vikings downfield to the 20-yard line.
Sammy White comes in. McDole goes out. First down Vikings after the 15-yarder at the 20-yard line of San Diego with 6:35 left in the game. So White and Rashad will be the wide receivers. Sensor will also be wide. He'll be out to the right along with Sammy White. Rashad is to the left. He has one-on-one coverage with Mike Williams. Sensor in motion to the left. Kramer back to pass. Being rushed. Drops the football. Scramble for it at the 31-yard line. Kramer was hit behind the line. And San Diego is ruled to have the ball. But a penalty flag down at the 23-yard line of San Diego. Let's see what we have. If it's against San Diego, this will be the biggest break of the game for the Vikings. It is against the Vikings, apparently. But the penalty flag is still down there, but no explanation as to what it was. So San Diego has a 7-point lead and the football as Kramer was hit behind the line, fumbled, and lost possession.
We still haven't got a ruling on what the penalty was. Might have been a legal lineup by the Vikings, but a penalty flag was thrown in the field, as yet not reported.
Now Dan Fouts comes over to talk with Don Coryell. There is a huge break.
Illegal motion.
Censor call for illegal motion. So the penalty was against the Vikes. The Vikes turn it over. That's the third turnover. See, 2 by interceptions, 1 by fumble.
What I think they call there, Joe Sensor went in motion but headed toward the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped, which is illegal. Then Tommy Kramer sacked, loses the football. Then in the scramble, Chargers recover.
Now, of course, the edge is all to San Diego because they have definitely been able to move the ball almost with ridiculous ease here in the second half. And now they have the football, 6:28 left, and a 7-point lead. So the pressure is definitely now on the Viking defense. Will Fouts stay on the ground? He's had good running from Muncie. Or will he go to the air? What a football game. What a football game.
It's an exciting game. I think the Vikings today have proved they can play with a AFC West champ like the San Diego Chargers. They, had it not been for about 3 or 4 misfortunate plays, have played the Chargers at least even. I think they've even had the advantage on the Chargers.
Cappelletti will be in the backfield. John Cappelletti. So who knows? Maybe they'll have Cappelletti and Muncie in the game and try to go to a running game to control the football. Nope, Muncie comes out. Cappelletti will be the one running back. So it's a passing type offensive formation. Fouts gives to Cappelletti up the middle, and he'll struggle for a yard or so to about the 34-yard line. He'll get about 2 yards, but 30 valuable seconds will go off the clock. Now they're going to bring Muncie in and Chandler in. They'll bring out Scales. They'll take out Cappelletti. Second and 8 at the Charger 34. Less than 6 minutes will remain when the ball is snapped to quarterback Dan Fouts. He is a magnificent quarterback. Muncie the lone setback. Chandler left, Joyner right. They've had a field day. Long count by Fouts. There's a sweep left by Muncie. He has blockers in front of him, but he's going to get very little yardage. He'll get to about the 36-yard line. That's all. Now San Diego is faced with a big decision. 3rd and 6 at their own 36. Whether to put the ball in the air with 5.5 minutes left in the game and leading by 7.
Another interesting development. John Turner has finally, I think, returned to the starting lineup. John has played quite a bit in the second half. They need John Turner in the game. He not only is fine against the pass, but is very tough against the running play.
Big play, 3rd and 6 at the Charger 37. They have the one running back, Muncie. 3 wide receivers, plus Winslow. Bounces back to pass, has time, he throws, and it is caught. Joyner, first down, 49-yard line. He ran Turner deep, and as a result, he had all the room in the world. And this is a tremendous San Diego offense we're watching. First down at the Charger 48-yard line.
Very well-designed offense. That time you send the speedster Chandler straight down the middle. You can't ignore him, and what they do is break Charlie Joyner out behind Chandler. He had one-on-one coverage with Curtin Off, the safety. Curtin Off is not able to cover Charlie Joyner one-on-one.
Big first down with 5:05 left in the game at the Charger 48. Here comes a blitz down the middle for Joyner, and it's batted away by Turner. A beautiful play. Over the middle, Turner reached over the head of Joyner and batted it away. That time, one of the few times today, Mike sent Blair on the blitz. Joyner to the right, working against Turner. Off to the left, Muncie, a little bit of a hole, gets to the Viking 48-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 7. And here again, another big 3rd down play. Denver leading Detroit, 4th quarter, 27-21. Out comes Severs at tight end. Vikes bring in Nord and Williams. Take out Studwell and McNeil. This is a big down. 3rd and 7. The last time they were faced with a 3rd down, they went to Joyner in front of Turner. They have Chandler to the right and Joyner to the right. Scales to the left. Fouts gives to Muncie. Sweep to the right. He's at the 45-yard line. He's at the 40 as a first down. A great call and great execution. No doubt about it. San Diego, that time, outsmarted the defense. They come up with a run on 3rd and long, and they get a first down at the Viking 38-yard line.
And a well-executed run. Again, that Charger sweep. Winslow, the end man line of scrimmage, blocks down. Doug Wilkerson pulls out, leads the attack. Muncie throttles back, allowing Doug Wilkerson to throw the block, and then runs off his block. Got out to the sideline and made the first down. The biggest running play of the game for the Chargers.
Chargers are doing what every good football team does. When they have the lead, they're able to control the football, and they're doing it. First down at the Vikings 38-yard line. Fouts gives to Muncie, left side. Big hole, and he's inside the 35 to the 33-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard gain on a second down 5 and 30 valuable seconds from a Viking point of view off the clock. Less than 4 minutes left to play in the game. 31-24, San Diego. It'll take a turnover or a big play by the defense now to stop San Diego from recording their 5th win of the season against one loss.
Chuck Muncie, although he doesn't look spectacular today, has already got 99 yards and 20 carries. Of those long strides, seems to eat up the yardage, and before you know it, he's near 100 yards.
2nd and 5 at the Viking 33. Clock running, 3.5 minutes left. Here comes Muncie to the right. Makes his cut at the 30 and down, and there goes a penalty flag. We might have a holding penalty here against San Diego. If so, it'll nullify a first down run to the Viking 27-yard line.
I think we might have spotted Kellen Winslow guilty again of holding. He's already had 2 penalties already in the ball game.
The flag dropped. Yes, it's against San Diego. It occurred, the infraction, at the Viking 30. This will move the ball back to the 40, and it'll be 2nd down and 12, and who knows, it might force Fouts to put it in the air. But I don't know whether that's good or bad. With 3:26 left. Holding. You are right, Stu Voight. Playing detective, it was Kellen Winslow. It is 2nd and 13 at the Viking 41. 3:26 left. Chandler and Joyner go left. Scales comes to the right. Winslow lines up a yard deep in the backfield to the left. Joyner in motion. Back goes Fouts. He has time. He throws a short pass. It is complete to Capoletti, and he's down to the 30-yard line. He gains about 11 yards, and it's going to be 3rd down and 2 at the Viking 30. This diversified passing attack by San Diego, folks, is something to behold. Really, it's beautiful.
Got some good news and some bad news. The good news, we've forced San Diego to pass. The bad news is they're probably the best passing attack in the league.
Studwell checks back into the lineup. This might be the play of the game right now. 3rd and 2 at the Viking 30. 2:50 left, the clock running, and San Diego leading by 7. This might be the play of the game. They have the I formation. Capoletti up close. And Bauer the deep back, not Muncy. And he's going to pass. He's looking, throwing off to the left. He throws it away. Nobody there. Fouts threw it away. He wanted to go to Joyner, I think, down to the near side. He throws it away. It's 4th down and 2. What will they do, Stu?
Very interesting play. That time they've had success with a sweep. That time they had Chuck Muncy not in the game. Hank Bauer instead. And Faust got caught with the ball. I've got to think now they face a crucial decision, but I think they'll try to go for the first down.
They're not bringing in the field goal kickers. They're bringing in Muncy instead of Bauer. It's 4th and 2 at the Viking 30. The clock shows 2:33 left. That incomplete pass stopped the clock. Very interesting play. 4th and 2 at the Viking 30.
You've got to think Muncy will get the ball on a sweep.
Here comes Muncy out to the right. And he is going, fumbles the ball. It's loose. Looks like the Vikings might have it at their own 27-yard line. Let's see one. No signal yet by the officials. Matt Blair signaled Vikings. Muncy fumbled the ball right at about the 27-yard. The Vikings have the football. So there maybe was what we were talking about. It would take a mistake by the offense or a big play by the defense. It was a combination of two. We believe that Scott Studwell came up with the football. 31-24. San Diego leading. We'll be back with more play-by-play in a minute. We thought a signal was given for a timeout. It wasn't. A pass was complete for 12 yards to Teddy Brown. First down at the Vikings 39. 3 wide receivers. Kramer back to pass, a little over 2 minutes to play. He has time. He throws. It is complete. Sammy White, right side. He's down the right sidelines and stops the clock going out of bounds for a first down at the 37 or 38-yard line of San Diego. The score, 31-24 San Diego. We're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Charger 38-yard line.
This is WNAX Yankton.
Gain of 22 yards.
The Vikings have moved from their own 23 to the San Diego 38-yard line in 2 plays. 2:08 left in the game. Vikings down by 7. LeCount to the right, White and Rashad to the left. Brown the only setback. Brown moves 3 steps to his left. Kramer drops back to pass. He has time. He throws, and it is out of bounds, incomplete to the left. That stops the clock with 2:03 left. And I'm telling you something, there's some tremendous battles going on between this offensive line and the defensive line of San Diego.
Give credit to the Viking offensive line. They've given Tommy Kramer enough time to throw the ball with Louis Kelcher, Leroy Jones, John Woodcock, and Gary Big Hands Johnson. That's a pretty good front four. The Vikings have kept them away from Tommy Kramer most of the day.
2:03 left. Second down 10, San Diego 38-yard line. Again, LeCount to the right. Rashad and White to the left. Rashad on the outside. Brown the only setback. Spencer a yard deep in the backfield on the right. Sammy White in motion to the right. Kramer drops back to pass. Penalty flag down. Pass complete to Teddy Brown. He tries to break a tackle. Goes to the 33, but a flag down at the 35-yard line of San Diego. The pass was complete for about a 5-yard gain.
5 yards to the 33. Penalty flag on the field.
Let's see what we have. I think Ron Yeri's signal is against Minnesota. Illegal motion against the Vikings. Oh, boy. That's the second costly penalty of that type against the Vikings. So it will nullify a 5-yard gain. And instead of being 3rd and 5, if the penalty is accepted, and it will be, it's going to be back at the 43-yard line and 2nd and 15 with 1:58 left. So that means a 2-minute alert is in effect. The score is 31-24 in favor of San Diego. And now this from True Value Hardware. The Vikings have just 2 timeouts remaining. They had taken one earlier when they had a 4th and about a foot to go for a first down. Tommy Kramer asked for a timeout. So they have 2 timeouts remaining, and whether it's important or not remains to be seen. 2nd and 15. San Diego 43-yard line. Vikings moving right to left. 1 minute and 58 seconds remaining. Referee Chuck Heberling declares the ball ready for play. The Vikings send LeCount to the right. Rashad and White to the left. Tight end Spencer, who's had a big day, is lined up on the right side on the line of scrimmage. Teddy Brown the only setback. Brown LeCount moves over to his left. Kramer drops back to pass. Has good protection. He's going deep for the end zone for LeCount, and he has it for a touchdown! Terry LeCount got behind the cornerback, Alan Ellis.
The game is taking the shape of a track meet. That time, Tommy Kramer unloaded as far as he could throw it. Terry LeCount, who has great speed, beats the newly acquired Alan Ellis to the end zone. 31-30 Chargers. 79 passes thrown already today.
1 minute and 51 seconds left in the game. The Vikings turned it over when Tommy Kramer was hit and fumbled, and it appeared that did the Vikings in. Then Chuck Muncy on a run had the first down by a yard, and he fumbled when hit, and Scott Studwell, we believe, was credited with recovering that fumble. The Vikings move all the way, are within 1 point of a tie. Huff will snap, Nord will hold, Danmar will try for the tie. Bad snap, the ball is up. Oh, it's not good. A bad snap. Nord had trouble putting the ball down. It is missed to the left, and it is 31-30. Twin City Federal and WCCO Radio have purchased the broadcast rights of the Minnesota Vikings football games for the sole pleasure and convenience of the listening audience. No broadcast, rebroadcast, or reproduction is permitted without the authority of the Minnesota Vikings, WCCO Radio, and Twin City Federal. Thank you, Gene Gregston, for being our spotter, and Bill Edwards for being our statistician, and Gene Ryder for being our engineer. I'm just trying to figure if there's some way I can blame our producer, Jack Douglas, for that bad snap. After all the great... A lot of people say, why fool around with an extra point in the National Football League? It's automatic. Well, it isn't. A bad snap. Nord had trouble putting the ball down, and the kick missed. 31-30, San Diego. 1 minute, 51 seconds left in the game.
I think now you have to watch that the Vikings probably will try to get that ball back with either an onside kick or what's called a mortar kick, where they just try to drop that ball around the 35-yard line and hope that their speedsters can get the ball. With a 1:51 left, we know from prior experience that there's still a lot of football left to go. Very important kickoff coming up.
So, we shall see. Just when you were starting to envision whether the Viking defense would be able to stop the Charger offense with a 31-31 tie, the extra point is missed. And the crowd celebrates. The San Diego Charger players celebrate. They are expecting a short kick. They have 2 men up at the 20-yard line. They're as deep as they can be. Now will the Vikings try to kick it deep? All right, all the Viking players run off to the left. Danmark comes to the ball, short kick. It gets the necessary 10 yards. It is loose, and the Vikings have it. Terry LeCount has it at the 43-yard line of San Diego. It went the necessary 10 yards, and the Vikings have the football with 1 minute 49 seconds left.
I'll try to explain that play. What the Vikings do, they cross their covers from the right side of the field to the left side of the field. Danmar just wants to kick that ball 10 yards and then hope for somebody to recover it. The ball bounced high.
Now, wait a minute. Officials are huddling. The Vikings offensive team is on the field, but we're still waiting for the signal that the Vikings have the football. It went the necessary 10 yards, no doubt about it. And Terry LeCount had it in his grasp when he ran out of bounds. I do not see how it could possibly be granted to San Diego. I do not see how it could possibly be granted to San Diego. Well, now, for the Vikings, Dennis Johnson celebrating. Yes, now the signal. It is the Vikings football. They do have it at the 41-yard line of San Diego with 1 minute 49 seconds left. First down, Vikings. So they have a reprieve.
That is a well-conceived play the Vikings work on every Saturday morning when they go over their kicking game. They work on that 10, 15 times to get it right. Terry LeCount has come up with those onside kicks before. Everyone has a job. Everyone has a duty. That time the play, and I repeat, play, works to perfection.
First down at the 41.5-yard line of San Diego. I don't know why the fans are booing. 3 wide receivers, 1 setback. Here we go. 1 minute 49 seconds left. The Vikings have 2 timeouts left. They're down by 1. Kramer screaming his signals, drops back to pass, throws a quick slant to LeCount, and he backs and goes out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Terry LeCount
Vikings satisfied with a very short gain. One of the Vikings sitting down off to the right on the field. Looks like Ahmad Rashad. And he's hurt. Rashad is hurt. That stops the clock with 1:34 left. Did they rule that LeCount did not get out of bounds?
He did not get out of bounds, which is a cardinal error by a wide receiver when the game is drawing to a close. I didn't see what happened to Rashad, but he's sitting on the field.
Now he's slowly getting up. Vikings, remember, have 2 timeouts left. The crowd is booing, apparently believing perhaps that Rashad might have been acting. What do you think, Stu? I know this. Ahmad got up and looked pretty healthy as he walked back toward the huddle. Now he's over by the sidelines. We're still in the midst of an injury timeout with 1:34 left. That play gained 4 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 6 Vikings. It'll be 2nd and 6 Vikings at the 38-yard line of San Diego. Now, what would you guess here? Do you think the Vikings are going to be content to try to move within field goal range, or will they try for the long bomb? It's obvious that they have some people in there they believe they can beat, and they have beaten today in the secondary.
There's plenty of time left with timeouts available. I think they'll go with what they do best, which is the short passing game, and not discount the possibility of getting a touchdown, but just try to get the ball as far downfield as they can by using the controlled passing game. As we've learned from the missed extra point, anything's possible with a kicking game with bad snaps and possible blocks. So I'm thinking they'll try to run that clock down as far as they can and advance the ball as far as they can.
Rashad is out of the game. Marty McDowell in his place. Vikes are ready. 2nd and 6 at the 38 of San Diego. In motion to the left, Sammy White. Kramer drops back to pass. Being forced, he throws off to the left. It's incomplete. He overshot Teddy Brown. Big pressure. Penalty flag down at the 40-yard line of San Diego.
I think, again, we'll have an illegal procedure penalty. We're shifting and moving at the same time. 2 men. This is
what costly mistakes at the most inopportune time. They've had illegal motion penalties at absolutely killing junctures of this game. Now it's going to be it's going to bring the Vikings up to a 3rd and about 11 if it's a 5-yard procedure penalty, and Rashad is back in the game in place of McDowell with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. Now let's see. Remember, San Diego can turn this penalty down. Illegal motion. It is declined. It is 3rd down and 6.
Little cat and mouse game going on. The Vikings have been stung twice with illegal motion, but that's their game. They like to move people around, shift people on and off the line of scrimmage and put them in motion. They've been costly here with 2 motion penalties.
The Vikes, of course, are not quite within Dan Mar's range. Here's a big play. 3rd and 6. Kramer back to pass. He has time. He is throwing, and it is complete inside the 20-yard line for a first down. Terry LeCount. Kramer under great pressure threw beautifully. First down at the San Diego 20 with 1:16 left. Now they are definitely getting within range of Dan Meyer. Vikes will go with a 2-minute drill. No huddle. Kramer under center. 1:07 left. The clock running. Kramer shouting his signals. Maybe he's making some sort of a change. Fumble! Loose football. Looks like the Vikings got it back at the 20. Oh, my goodness. Now 53 seconds left. The clock continuing to run. That ball, again, was not handled cleanly on the snap. It's going to be 2nd down at the 21-yard line. Still no huddle. 40 seconds left. Clock running. 2nd down, 11. Brown moves 2 steps to his left. Kramer gives to Teddy Brown up the middle. He gets to the 18-yard line. That's all. Now remember, the Vikings have, according to the scoreboard, 1 timeout left. 24 seconds left. It is going to be 3rd down and about 9. They tried to slip Teddy Brown up the middle, but San Diego alertly stopped the play. 15 seconds left. Apparently the Vikes are going to let the clock run down and put it all on Dan Meyer. Would you guess that? 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4. There's the timeout. 4 seconds left. It's all up to the special team, the special team for field goal kicking. It's up to Huff the snapper, Nord the holder, Dan Meyer the kicker, and I don't want to ignore the other 8th man. Remember, an extra point has already been missed for the Vikings, which set up this 31-30 San Diego lead with 4 seconds left. This will be a field goal attempt of about 38 yards. By no means is this an easy field goal either. That's, I'm sure,
San Diego will put every ounce of pressure they can get on the middle of that line, maybe even calling a timeout themselves to let Rick Danmeyer think about this field goal. But after we've seen some great football and some inept football, it all comes down to one kick.
It's been a little bit of everything today. No matter the outcomes, Stu, it's been one of the most interesting games I think you and I have ever been involved in.
Most everyone in this stadium is on their feet, eagerly awaiting the outcome of this game, which has 4 seconds to go.
Again, it will be an attempt of about 38 yards. Some of the Chargers are urging the fans here to make a lot of noise, and I don't need to tell you, they have obliged. 4 seconds left. Nord will be holding at the 28-yard line for a 38-yard attempt. Snap, the ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. The Vikings win at the gun in one of the more improbable, exciting finishes you'll ever want to see. Rick Danmeyer comes through in the clutch. The end of the game and the final score. The Vikings 33, the Chargers 31.
Rick Danmeyer.
The Minnesota Vikings on WNAX, brought to you in part by the original Pabst Blue Ribbon Beer.